You guys, it happened. Britney's free. Like, the conservatorship was terminated today. I was just pulling up 2 of the minute orders. I hope that a third one will be in while we're live. I can't believe I'm saying these words right now after covering this for almost 2 years. I'm just I'm just at a loss for words. I'm so excited that this termination happened today. I was cautiously optimistic. Watching court, I am emotional. It has been a very long week with a lot going on, and I just don't know what to say other than, like, part of me is like, "Britney's free," and part of me is like, "We did it," and part of me is like, "I don't know. You go, Rosengart." Like, I'll tell you kind of my journey with covering this. The 2-year anniversary of the Emily Show is tomorrow. Today we hit 500,000 downloads, which for a podcast is crazy, but the YouTube channel is like screaming towards 20 million downloads, which blows or views, which blows me away. Thank you all for being Lawnards. Thank you for your support. Tonight, we're going to celebrate. I put a poll up on the channel. So after we roll the intro, I'll bring the poll back and show you guys what you voted on and go through the results of the poll. But I also have I said I had the dockets, the minute orders from the court. We're going to go through those. We're going to go through what comes next. This isn't done. She's free, but it's not done. And we're going to go through what that means as cohesively and coherently as I can. If you're new here, oh yeah, and we had 170K this week. We're going to just talk Britney, and then we're going to do just an open Q&A about everything that's going on. I will do my best to be focused. I really am emotional. I was really worried. I was really worried that this wasn't gonna go this way today, even though there were no objections. But I've seen things that have made so much sense be denied by this court, and that didn't happen today. Like, when I woke up and saw Britney in her hashtag Free Britney shirt on Sam Asghari's Instagram, and we'll pull up some of the stuff that's going on around social. I just I was like, "Okay, so they're wearing it," meaning Rosengart and Britney have probably talked, and they're feeling confident, there's no objections, and Rosengart's just gonna look at the court and be like, "This is what we're doing today." And by all accounts, that's exactly what exactly what happened. He looked at the court and went, "This is what we're doing today, and we're done. We're done here." And Britney's free. It happened. It happened. So cheers, Law Nerds. We're gonna get into this, and I am wow. 2021 has been a bit of a roller coaster, but this is definitely one of the peaks for me. Let's do it. Hey there. If we haven't met yet, I'm Emily D. Baker, the badass lawyer and everyone's favorite legal commentator. I'm the host of The Emily Show, and I break down the legal shit behind the news and pop culture stories we all want to talk about. I have been a licensed attorney for over 15 years, but this is not legal advice. I should warn you, I'm a big fan of the cursey words. This channel is where the law nerds unite to talk about facts, not fuckery. Today, should we start with, we should start with the poll. That's what I said I was going to do. What did I say I was going to do first? I don't know. Poll. I said I was going to start with the poll. So I put a poll up on the community tab on the channel, and we've had 4,000 votes. I put this up kind of late in the day. I was everywhere today. I was on Eric Hunley's channel. I was on Up and Adam talking about housewives, and then over here. And this is the poll we put up. There's lots of comments. And yeah, I said, tonight is a Britney stream. Hopefully we're celebrating. What should I be drinking on stream? Whiskey, Champs, White Claw, vodka soda. You guys said Champs. And guess what? We're bougie. We're bougie like Emily over here tonight. We're not bougie like Applebee's tonight. We're bougie like Emily tonight, because I brought out my favorite champagne glass. Double fluted so it doesn't get warm as you hold it. No stem because I'm clumsy and I knock things over. And a bottle of Vouv that we're gonna pop together. Then hopefully the court will update the minute orders. I'm not optimistic that we will have the minute order to terminate tonight, but we might. So I'm going to keep an eye. It's after court hours now in California, but that might still happen. So I will be keeping an eye on that throughout the stream and making sure to check in. And if I forget, you will tell the mods and the mods will tell me. Then we'll know. And then we'll know what they're doing. So I saw the chat saying hello to Nick from the viewer's voice. Hello, Nick. Good to see you. I can't believe this is happening. And yeah, I just can't believe what is happening. So you guys go ahead. If this is your first time catching a live stream, they're normally like really not discombobulated. For the replay crew, love. There will be links down below. This week is emotionally draining. Watching the Rittenhouse trial live has been emotionally draining. This has been emotionally draining in the like I'm exhausted. I can't believe this happened. So here's this journey for me covering this case. I started covering this when I started the podcast. The podcast had a different name. You guys do love Voov. Next time, I was going to pop this at 200,000 subs, but Brittany's worth it. Brittany, we bougie over here too. We love you, girl. But I think I'm going to have to get a rosé bottle for 200K. So we'll just pop one of those in the fridge. I mean, it's time. It's time to get it chill. It's time to get it chillin'. If you guys aren't subbed, go ahead and do that. So please. Thank you. Like the stream. I don't know. Do the YouTubey things. So let's try to do this not in a maniac type of a way, but in a reasonable. Do you remember when I spilled whiskey on my keyboard and broke it and it took me like 2 weeks to get another one? Yeah, that was fun. So we moved the keyboard out of the way. Oh, like a real adult. Look. Just the tip. It's good. And it didn't spill everywhere. Like an adult. I don't know. Taylor Swift released her re-record of Red. I feel like women are regaining their lives today, right? Like Taylor re-recording her albums is significant because it's her saying, I have control of my music. I own my music and I'm not owned by, Scooter Braun, who she hates. So that's a huge moment in time. And now we've got Britney at almost 40 years old, finally getting her life back. I've seen some people not so supportive on social media. And I just can't, I'm not here for it. I'm just like, I can't with the people who are like, she deserves to have her own life. And here's the thing. You're allowed to have mental health struggles. You're allowed to stumble. You're allowed to fall. You're allowed to pick yourself up. You're allowed to recover. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to do it differently. You're allowed to say no to your family. You're allowed to set boundaries. And Britney finally has that choice because she wasn't allowed and now she can. And that is why this is so monumental, because we've watched, and it particularly for the last year, if not the last 2 years, watched a successful woman be subjugated by her father and a team that was built around her to trap her and to really take her money. And the people who should have been those that she could trust in the world weren't. When I started covering this story, it was right as Sam Ingham was finally starting to object in court. And it was like, oh, something's going on. And then there was a Zoom call in and the Free Britney crowd crashed the Zoom court call because so many people tried to call in. And I was like, there's a lot happening here. Let me get caught up. And started looking at what Ingham was filing and started looking at all of the motions and Ingham trying to get rid of and yeet James Spears. And then when the court denied that motion and was like, well, it's denied without prejudice, meaning it can be brought again, we're going to have Bessemer Trust as a co-conservator. I was cautiously optimistic that having a professional fiduciary looking at the books would help. And then Bessemer never actually came on, because Sam Ingham never actually filed the paperwork. And I was trying to benefit of the doubt that shit. And I'm like, how is this taking this long? But then that paperwork got filed suspiciously right before Bessemer pulled out. And I am trying not to be cynical, but did Sam Ingham not really want someone else looking at the books too? Is that why that didn't happen? Because it's going to get worse now. Like Bessemer Trust was not going to go as hard ever, because that's not their job, as Matthew Rosengart is going to continue to do. Um, the investigations are going to continue to go on. There will be another court date. I have seen that it's reported that that date from December 8th got bumped to January. We will see what happens. Should we pour this? It's probably settled. It's probably settled enough. Once I get into questions, I will get to all the super chats. We're doing shit, Emily, do better. Me, it's settled. We're in the clear. Puts the keyboard back, pours champagne like an idiot. Yep, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Look, y'all, we're professionals here at some things, but we're not professionals here with this. So we're gonna just try that. We're gonna just try that low and slow. See, the glass is low. We're going slow. Low and slow. Just like in Cars. Yeah, the kids movie. Because we love Disney. Okay. Low and slow. Low and slow. So I started looking at what was going on with Ingham and I was like, this is odd. This never got filed. But when Britney, at the beginning of the year, I was like, and getting out of this conservatorship may happen, but it's going to be years. And then I was like, look, getting out of this conservatorship is going to take time. And maybe they'll just get rid of the conservatorship of the person first. And maybe they'll still have the conservatorship of the estate. And then she spoke on June 23rd and literally moved the world. She moved her world. She reclaimed her voice and everything changed. That, and I am of two minds, because there's like the law abiding part of me that's like, you can't leak court audio. There's a rule. And then there's like the hashtag free Britney, you go girl side of me. That's like, that audio being leaked changed everything. The world hearing Britney talk changed everything. And hopefully it shamed the people involved in this enough to be afraid. And I think that it brought a lot more scrutiny from bigger voices, bigger megaphones, bigger microscopes, bigger magnifying glasses of, beyond the Free Britney movement to the mainstream media, to the New York Times, to, investigative reports, to all of it. And that really started to shift things in court. And then the court granted her motion for her own attorney in July. That just happened in July. And from then, Rosengart pushed this court to do the right thing for Britney and to do what was in her best interest for the first time in 13 years. And what we've seen from him is a dedication to his client that Britney has never had. And it's really heartening to see a lawyer standing up and saying, this is the right thing and this is what I'm doing, and get the fuck out of my way. So, you guys, are you ready? Cheers. Cheers to Britney, to the law nerds, to the hashtag free Britney movement, to everyone who is calling for facts, not fuckery. Cheers, 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 cheers. If you're new here, did I say that? Put a 1 in the chat. You guys always come in and let me know where you're coming in from, what you're drinking. And let me know. And let me know, because we're going to... A fact is a fact, which comes from something that happened on the members only stream yesterday. But a fact is a fact. I'm going to be making an emoji for that. Question, can we do a dramatic reading of Viv? Your Honor, Britney's daddy loves her. Your Honor, I can't believe you appointed a stranger. Britney's daddy loves her. Viv finally got to see a conservatorship end. So cheers to Vivian too. Cheers, Viv. You got to see a conservatorship end. And And let's give credit where credit is due, though I don't attribute any altruism to the purpose. The motion that was granted today was filed by James Spears. So maybe in a little way, he fell on his own sword on this one, because Vivian is the one who wrote the motion that set Britney free. So it did happen. The motion that was granted is James Spears's motion. So, there's that. Britney joined in the motion, but James is the one that filed that motion. Now, I think he filed it to, end route the Rosengart investigation. And we're going to talk about that Rosengart investigation in just a moment. It's okay. It's totally okay to not be drinking. You're welcome to cheers with water, coffee, anything that you want. Salted caramel whiskey. With a new viewer. Hello, new viewer. Welcome. Cheers, Viv, to being wrong. Yes, sometimes it's good to just be proven wrong, isn't it? Sometimes it just feels nice. I also saw you guys coming in from Korea. You are always here, and thank you. It just went scrolling right by. I know how late it is, or early. Should I say early? You guys, some of you are hydrating. Get the hydration, but the rest of us just. Cheers, Japan. I also saw someone say, do I have Yeet Away merch? No, not yet. But I saw somebody say, oh gosh, my brain. The chat is moving so fast. The chat is moving so fast. Hello, fellow Nashvilleian. The chat's just, y'all are jumping, just like the club. Jumping. All right. I was talking about Rosengart. Yes, I was. Emily, finish coherent thoughts before we get to Q&A. Yes, that's what we're doing. So when Rosengart came in, he kind of pushed this all forward. What he said today, we're going to watch a clip of what he said. And if the parts that I think are in there are not in there, then we will pull it back up and I will talk. I watched him speak twice today. He spoke once on the side of the courthouse. It's so surreal watching the courthouse I used to work in on TV. It's very strange. I'm like, oh, what's up, Stanley Mosk? So he did one on the side of the courthouse, and then he spoke on the kind of stage that was set up with like the free Britney step and repeat. But I think he said a lot of the same things, in both. So let me pull that up with audio so we can hear, and we will share it until YouTube we're gonna share it till the world ends. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna dance until the world. It's this how it's gonna be tonight? Yes. Just so you know, yes, this is how it's going to be tonight. Let's see if I can pull this up bigger.
I just want to circle back to Britney.
I want to circle back to Britney too. Can you all hear that when I played it? I hope that you can, because that would be super helpful if you could. I'm going to see if you're saying that you can hear it in the chat, because this chat goes faster. So let me know if you can hear it and I'll go back to playing it. It's like, yes, I never play stream clips because it didn't used to work. And then our wonderful mod Katya was like, hey, I've got some text suggestions, and they worked, and now I can stream video. Until YouTube's like, no, you can't. This is for commentary purposes, YouTube. It's fair use.
So proud of her. I thank her. I thank her for her courage and poise and power. I thank her for our relationship.
Notice that everything Rosengart has said is about Britney. Everything he has said is about her. Everything. Not, I did this, I did this. Even later on, he refers to her as a partner. She asked me to do it, and I went and did it. And it's really heartening to see someone say, this is my client's strength. I was just the lawyer in court. And we know that this was good legal work. We know that he does a good job. We've read his motions. We know that his firm did good work. But we also know that if Britney had not stood up on the 23rd of June and spoken to the world from her heart and said, I want my life back and they should all be in jail, that he wouldn't have been on the case in the first place.
Not only is this momentous for Britney, but she helped shine light.
There's other stuff going on.
Not only this conservatorship, which was corrupted by her father, James P. Spears.
Remember, When this conservatorship started, James moved the court to not give Britney notice, not the judge that's on the case now, the previous judge. Britney had no notice that her rights and freedoms were going to be taken away from her. And he was able to manipulate her into acquiescing into a voluntary conservatorship. And then she wasn't able to unwind it because she had no one in her corner. And that is so frustrating. Her court appointed attorney should have helped her unwind this early on.
But she helped shine a light on conservatorships and guardianships from coast to coast, from California to New York.
California actually passed new legislation, and Congress is looking at new legislation too.
And that took a tremendous amount of insight, courage, and grace. I just want to circle.
There is more to this, and I will see if I can find the links to the other part. He also went on to say that, and this is the only one I have seen so far, but I'll see if there's others. This is from Variety. There might be a few more clips, but he also talked about the fact that he has served James Spears with numerous subpoenas for deposition, and James has not showed up to any of them yet. So those subpoenas that we've looked at together, he has served, and they have not been adhered to. He has not shown up for deposition. So that's going to come up in court if Britney continues to want to pursue it. She can choose now if she wants to be done or if she wants to move forward. Okay, there's a few more clips from Variety. So I am going to pull when I say a few, they might have his whole talk here. So let's pull some of this up and go through what Rosengart said. And we're just going to do a watch and react. That's what we're doing tonight, because my brain hurts and I am very, very interested to hear what he has to say. And in these quick little Twitter clips, it should be pretty easy. So thank you, Variety, for doing the reporting so we all can continue to comment on it.
As most of you, I think, know.
We're just going to go clip by clip.
As most of you, I think, know, Judge Penny today, after a hearing, decided to agree with Britney Spears, and as of today, effective immediately, the conservatorship has been terminated as to both the person and the estate.
It just, look, seeing it on Twitter is different. I had not caught this part of his press conference when he walked out. There is something about getting to hear Rosengart say it and say both conservatorships have been terminated, the conservatorship of the person and the conservatorship of the estate. Both of them are done. Both of them are done. Can I turn up the volume on these? I don't know. Let me check out what I can do in the background. I can try. Let's see, I've got automatically adjust mic volume. Let me see if I can turn up the volume on Twitter and see if that helps. Hopefully that'll help, and you can turn yours on as well. So it does look like he's getting emotional. That's what he's doing with his lips. That's what I always did. You can also hear it in his voice. And you're going to hear it in my voice too, because I am also emotional about this. I honestly, coming into 2021, I was not optimistic this would happen before the end of the year. And when he put in motions, this is happening this fall, I was like, I appreciate how brazen you are. No, there was part of me going, don't get brazen with me. No, I was like, I appreciate that this is what you want to happen, but I'm nervous. Variety has the entire press conference and it's on Twitter as well. Maybe we should just go to Variety and not do the Twitter clips. Hold on. Thank you, the chat. You guys are the best. I appreciate you. Let's see if they have, I'm looking at the website real quick. Let's see if they have the whole press conference. Otherwise, we're just going to keep going through the Twitter ones. Let me try this real quick. No, see, once I pull up Variety, my whole browser is like, I can't handle it because it's so heavy with ads. All right, we're just going to have to stick to the Twitter. We'll stick to the Twitter ones, which is perfect because they're in great segments for commentary. Let's keep going. Oh, applause.
As
Yes,
most
time
of
for
you, I
applause.
think, know,
Time for applause. Always time for applause. Let's go to the next one. That was that one. Why are they tweeting anything else in between there? Stop it. Don't do that.
business manager, TriStar. I've also received a lot of questions
This is
about
out of
Britney
context.
Spears, business manager.
So some of these seem like they might be out of order, which is fine. We'll just address the little clips as we get to them. It's just going to be fine.
TriStar. And my comments are going to be brief about TriStar. All I will say for present purposes is
With regard to TriStar is Lou Taylor's company that also represents Travis Scott. They were the business manager. They resigned as business manager. They put in a bunch of information in that resignation about death threats received to Lou Taylor and things like that. And you know how I feel about the fuckery with death threats. Don't do that. I don't care how you feel about somebody. Don't do that. And when Lou resigned, before that happened, there was all this stuff in court where they were asking for a raise. They were asking for a raise during COVID, but Britney had said she wasn't going to perform. Britney had said through Sam Ingham she was not performing while her dad was in charge. So it was very strange the way that it happened. And that is still all part of the 12th accounting that is still going on. So those things are still in a push-pull. Rosengart has served subpoenas on TriStar and on Robin Greenhill. They've received back objections to that. I talked about that a bit in the video that came out today, the episode of The Emily Show. And we can go back through those emails. There are some snappy emails back and forth between Rosengart and TriStar's attorney. TriStar's attorney had said, please stop talking about TriStar in the media. It just brings more death threats on our clients, which is a fair request in part, because this is why we can't have nice things. We want to know what's going on between Rosengart and TriStar, but it can be sealed if it becomes too much of a security issue. So that's bad. So let's all watch it happen and just be like, I want the comeuppance. I want someone to say what happened here and what these deals were between James Spears and, Lou Taylor. I want to understand that better. And I think that we will in the time to come.
This. We were forced to issue 2 subpoenas.
You were forced to issue subpoenas because they wouldn't comply with your request. They declined to acquiesce to your request.
To TriStar Sports and Entertainment, because they wouldn't voluntarily cooperate with Britney Spears.
I fucking love the way he phrased this. He's like, we were forced to issue subpoenas. By the way, subpoenas are a pretty standard process in law and motion, and subpoenas are pretty common, especially with a business. They're like, look, if you want our business records, it's fine, but you're going to have to subpoena them, blah, blah, blah. But they have refused to acquiesce. To be fair to TriStar, they have said, we have turned over most of these things to the new business manager. So yes, Amy, 2-minute orders have been issued. They're on the court website. They're both the same ones. So I have them, but they're both the same. I'm waiting for the third to come up. So when we see the third, that should be the one. Hello, Kempire. Will the previous judge be disbarred? No. Ask me, or Tech, will you put in chat to talk about judges and judicial immunity? I will try to talk well about judicial immunity after we've had some more champagne once we get through these. We'll see how that goes. And for those of you who are like, can we watch these all the way through? They are on Variety's Twitter. For commentary, I am going to be stopping them and commenting on them.
That is why we issued subpoenas to TriStar. Rather than voluntarily complying with those subpoenas, TriStar refused.
They objected.
And they filed a motion to suppress those subpoenas and suppress information.
Yes, they did. That's
Britney
true.
Spears has requested. The most notable
He's
question
pissed.
that we've asked on behalf of Britney, of TriStar, is the following, a very simple question.
Yep.
How much money did you take from the estate?
So he's asked really for 2 things. How much have you been paid in total from the estate? And where is your agreement with Britney Spears? Where is the contract to represent Britney Spears? Where are those 2 things? And they've said the courts approved all the accountings. It's all in there. It's all in the last 13 years. This is going to be a legal fight.
How much money did you receive from the estate? TriStar, and I'm not drawing any conclusions right now, but you can draw your own inference.
Not drawing any conclusions. I'm not drawing any conclusions, but you can.
Has refused to answer that question.
Interesting. Something is going on with my... Can you guys hear me okay? So let me go to the next one. I think these are a bit out of order, but that's okay.
This could be said for about what's next for Britney, and this is the first time that this could be said for about a decade.
Okay, look, Rosengart, you are not in court looking at a jury. I appreciate you. You're a trial lawyer. You're a prosecutor. But when you keep turning your head, the mics are in front of you. So.
Is up to one person, Britney. I will say.
He's been thinking about that. He's absolutely been thinking about that. That for the first time, I can say that Britney's future is up to Britney.
I will say that Britney has been put into a position through our collaboration in the work of my law firm to succeed. We have a safety net in place for Britney, both on the personal side and on the financial side.
And the reason he says safety net is because there is a plan. It's not as if they're going to turn over $60 million to Britney and be like, don't blow it all on crypto. Her money is going to go into, and I don't know if he'll get into this, but it was tweeted out by Britney Law Army on Twitter, who did a lot of heavy lifting today. There were so many at the rally today. I saw Sloan and BJ from The Surprise Witness, who has done so much incredible work on this with Jake Yonsei. Adam McIntyre was there from the UK. Kat Tembarge was there from Insider. There were so many people there, but Britney Law Army is a group of lawyers that run that Twitter account. So I always really appreciate their takeaways, because I know that their takeaways are filtered through like lawyer lens, which helps me a lot. So when I was looking at that, they were talking about how all of her assets are going to go into a trust. That is really common in your upper net worth individuals, in your celebrities, in people who have multiple businesses, is that your money is not just in a personal bank account and you're writing checks to pay your bills. It's dealt with by either a wealth manager, a business manager, and things like that. So her money is going to go into a trust, and in that trust it will then have a business manager and possibly a financial manager that's taking care of those day-to-day things, that are overseeing her businesses. And it was shared on Twitter, I don't remember by who, that the businesses have already started changing hands out of the hands of her business managers into a professional fiduciary, so that James Spears is not the one in charge of her businesses anymore. It's just so fantastic.
As those of you who are in court understand. But Britney, as of today, is a free woman, and she's an independent woman, and the rest, with her support system, will be up to Britney.
Rosengart, just say it's Britney, bitch. He's like, she is a free woman, she's a strong woman, she's an independent woman. Come on, you guys, it's Britney, bitch. He won't.
I've also received a lot of questions.
He won't be that flippant, but let's do the next one.
I'm so proud of her. I thank her. I thank her for her courage and poise and power. I thank her for...
Britney definitely took her power back. And I saw some of you asking what's her personal safety net. They're going to have probably a medical team in place. She is transitioning into full control after 13 years. I think that might be a traumatic transition for anyone, especially after being gaslit for so long by her family. She's going to need that kind of support around her. So I think it's just making sure that she has the support team that she needs.
Our relationship, not only is this momentous for Britney, but she helped shine a light on not only this conservatorship was...
And we've covered parts of that she absolutely shined a light on conservatorship abuse, but it wasn't just
Monumental
Britney
day.
that did that. That was also the Free Britney movement and the movement that's gotten involved with Amanda Bynes that took a look long before I did and said there was something really fucked going on here. And I appreciate the curiosity of just people who are like, something doesn't seem right here, and I want to get to the bottom of it, because that just matters so much. I've been reading Dave Quinn's book, Not All Diamonds and Rose. And this is the cover because the book's on my nightstand. But it was talking about the Real Housewives of Orange County, Brooks cancer, not cancer with Vicky, and Megan King Edwards just going, which is a new name because she just got remarried, but going, something's not right here, and I have a lot of questions, and asking those questions and following her intuition and following the trail and just asking the next right question. And so asking the next right question has been been a big deal here. You guys are making a motion for green lights. I will grant a motion for green lights. Let's go through a few more of these clips and I will get it queued up for sure.
This is a monumental day for Britney Spears. It's also a somber day for me, for Britney, and I think for a lot of us.
He is emotional. Can you hear it? Did you guys hear that? He absolutely is emotional.
Who have been following conservatorships and how they operate. This conservatorship was corrupted by James P. Spears. James P. Spears, as we all know, from public records, took anywhere from $3 to $4 million from the estate.
Did y'all hear that? Oh, changing my lights has changed the way my face looks. Oh, that's good. We've now effectively changed the white balance of my camera, and I'm going to look pink for the rest of the night. Hold on, let me turn the lights off and let my camera readjust. Let my camera figure out who I am again before I turn the back on, and then the camera can be, there we go. There we go. The camera's gonna struggle. I'm just gonna look like a Smurf not a Smurf. I'm gonna look like a strawberry this evening. We're gonna have to go with blue green, or I'm gonna look way too pink. I'm very sensitive to how pink I look. All right, we're gonna go back to pink. Y'all, I tried. Look, we're going with party lights. There's green in the background, and I can still look like I'm not pink. That just happened. But what he just said was took $3 to $4 million from the estate, not was paid. Took. That's the first time I'm hearing that. What?
Date. The $4 million records took anywhere from $3 to $4 million from the estate. He took a salary from the estate. He took a percentage of his daughter's earnings.
He never should have taken a percentage of her earnings. He was never entitled to that. He wasn't entitled to a salary. He was entitled to get paid for his hourlies and to submit hourlies the way the lawyers do. Like, oh, I worked 10 hours here. I worked 5 hours there. His salary was higher than Britney's allowance for the money she made. Just, okay, free.
From Las Vegas and otherwise. Many people have asked about whether we will continue to investigate Mr. Spears. The answer ultimately is up to my client, Britney.
That's also very interesting, because what he said was, if we continue to investigate yeeted Spears, that will be up to my client. So for him, look, he is a civil attorney. He is no longer a prosecutor. He can't just investigate shit because he wants to. Britney has to decide if it's worth her time and money to go after this. But after hearing Britney stand in court saying they should be in jail with her whole chest, I imagine that she's still going to say, hey, Why don't you go ahead and you keep digging? You keep digging, boo-boo. Look, I wouldn't want to stop working. He looks a little bit like Dr. Baker. Don't tell Dr. B. I wouldn't want to stop working with Matthew Rosengart either. I mean, I know that Britney's fiance is stunning and whatever, but Rosengart is sassy, he's smart, and he's protecting her. I'd be like, let's keep you round for a little bit and let's investigate. At least for another year. Like, let me put you on retainer for a year and let's see how we go. That would be my thought. Not to objectify a very seasoned attorney, but maybe kind of.
And I'm not going to get into it beyond that.
Well, Emily, it was worth you looking at the bar at the end to see how much was left in that clip. Maybe.
Whether Britney performs again will be up to Britney.
Whether Britney performs again will be up to Britney. But now her dad and her estate's not in charge. She has her money back. If you start streaming Britney's music, it goes to Britney. If you buy perfume, it goes to Britney.
At the right time.
That was a short one. We're going longer clips. This one's 42 seconds. All right.
Her language was, in effect, as of today, as Judge Penny ruled on the record, her language was.
Tell me you all saw the OG yellow legal pad. Let me tell you, I had purple ones that I lived for, but that OG yellow legal pad, I just am living. I'm living for him looking at the judge's exact language because you know he was in court writing furiously.
In effect, the conservatorship of the person and the conservatorship of the estate are terminated effective today, subject to a couple of conditions subsequent.
Conditions subsequent means shit that still needs to happen. This is very important. Let's see what the shit is.
And what that means is we have set up a financial safety net for Britney in terms of a new trust. All of the assets that are outside of the existing trust will be transferred by the existing conservator of the estate, who replaced Jamie Spears, who was suspended in grace, into that trust.
So all of her money still has to be moved. So it's not going to be done for court purposes until that happens, because the court still needs jurisdiction over transferring the assets. They can't just be like, because all of that needs to happen and the court needs to oversee it. So she is not subject to the limitations of the conservatorship, but the conservatorship is not formally terminated until these financial things are done. She's not under control. She's not overprotected. I'm sorry, I can't help it. She's not being controlled, but they still have to wrap up these financials, and that's what those conditions precedents are done.
So that's one safety net that's in place for Britney. As of today, as Judge Penny ruled.
All right,
on the
let's
record,
go to the next one.
The language was.
That one will play after ad. So this one's 35 seconds. Let's see what this one says.
And it was mocked by James Spears' attorney as anybody who.
Talk about Viv.
Anybody who saw the New York Times documentary, and it was mocked by James Spears' attorney as a TV show. It wasn't a TV show. It was a highly vetted documentary, or read the New York Times front page expose, knows that the conduct as alleged by the Times, which was corroborated by the Times, deserves investigation.
I love that he pointed out it was mocked by Viv. And you guys, yes, I am muting the mic in between so that he doesn't echo, because I want to listen to these too, and I don't have a headphone in to listen to the clips. But it's very interesting to hear him say that this was mocked, but that we're going to absolutely continue looking into this. Let's continue on with.
I used to be a federal prosecutor. Now I'm just a private attorney. I don't have criminal investigative.
How do you know somebody used to be a prosecutor? Just wait. They'll tell you. No shade. Me all the time.
Powers. What happens there will be up to law enforcement, not up to me.
I see you guys asking about suspended. I I don't know if he said in grace. I didn't hear. He said suspended something. I don't know if he said in disgrace, but he said something. But James Spears was suspended and replaced, and he might have said suspended and replaced. So it was hard. It was hard to hear. But there are going to be a few more. That's an HP ad. Does TriStar treat all of their clients this way? I was proud to be at the right place at the right time. And that's about Britney. And let's see what else. Lots more about Britney from Variety. Let's see what's interesting. This is a 2-minute clip. So let's pull this up.
As everybody knows, both on June 23rd and July 14th, in regard to the abuse that she says she suffered at the hands of her father, James P. Spears. One other comment I'll make.
Did you hear what he said? He said, at the abuse she said she suffered. He's been very clear with his words so that he also doesn't misspeak, which is very characteristic of a prosecutor, which is why if you've watched me talk about the Rittenhouse case, I don't think there were errors. I do think there were errors made by the prosecution. I don't think it was a whoopsie. Once you're a seasoned prosecutor, picking your words is generally something that you're good at, particularly when you are in this kind of situation. He just came out from court. He's pausing to say what he's thinking. He's not stream of consciousness. I mean, sometimes we don't always pick the right words. We don't always say things the right way. There's times I wish I analogized better or said things in a better way, but he's making sure to say in the abuse, she said she suffered. So it's very clear that these are her words. I'm not making accusations against James Spears that could be attributed to him.
Unless there are any other specific questions, is this. Many journalists have speculated or commented in regard to James P. Spears. I haven't spoken with journalists on this particular point, but
also interesting that he said, I haven't spoken to journalists on this particular point. Very, very, very careful in his wording.
It is correct that we served a notice of deposition to require James P. Spears to testify under oath on October 20th. That did not happen. He refused to appear.
I have been wondering about this. Okay. I was hoping this clip was in here because I saw it in a grainy live stream. So, okay, good. Okay, good. Let's listen.
We served another deposition notice for him to appear under oath and answer questions asked by myself and my law firm on November 12th. He also did not appear, on November 10th. He did not appear on November 10th either. If Britney wants, if Britney instructs, we will pursue James Spears' deposition.
So he didn't show up to depositions twice, and they're saying we will show up if Britney wants to do it. Oh, Tech told me that Variety has the whole thing on their YouTube channel. Okay, well, let's... Now I'm seeing it. Let's do that real quick because that would make things way more helpful. I just wonder if YouTube will also be like, no, you're streaming other content. You can't do that. But of course it's there now. So we'll skip the parts we've talked about, but we will do this real quick because I think it'll be easier. It's only a 13-minute clip. We've already seen parts of it that I will make sure that we skip past, but I think it's important to go through. And so we're here for it. I'm here for it. You're here for it. We're just gonna do it. I'm glad somebody has it. All right, let's make this biggie, biggie, biggie. Can't you see? Sometimes you would. Sorry, we're gonna make it big and we're gonna see what he has to say. I'm happy to see the beginning of the press conference and not the clips out of order.
After a hearing, decided to agree with Britney Spears, and as of today, effective immediately, the conservatorship has been terminated as to both the person and the estate.
He really does sound emotional to me, and that's a very interesting thing.
This is a monumental day for Britney Spears.
We didn't get this part earlier. It is monumental.
It's also a somber day for me, for Britney, and I think for a lot of us who have
Wow.
been following conservatorships and how they operate from Las Vegas and otherwise.
So this is about
Many
James.
people
We
have
got this
asked
part.
about whether we will continue to investigate Mr. Spears. The answer ultimately is up to my client, Britney.
This is good. We
And I'm not
hadn't seen this part yet. So will we continue to investigate James Spears? The answer is up to my client. So it's up to Britney, and I am here for it.
And I'm not going to get into it beyond that. I've also
I'm not going to
received
get
a lot
into
of
it beyond that.
questions
And then he does.
about Britney Spears' business manager, TriStar.
And he talks about that.
And my comments are going, and they filed a motion to suppress those subpoenas.
Yep, we heard that.
I'm so proud of her. I thank her. I thank her for her courage.
He looks
and
like a proud
poise
dad. Like you
and
guys,
power.
look, Free Britney movement. You guys are amazing. I love you. Can we just make it happen that Rosengart like walks Britney down the aisle? Like, I feel like he is so invested in fighting the fuckery here. I feel like it just needs to happen, right? He just Megan, I saw the other speech. It is much shorter than this one, and I had it summarized on Twitter. So we're just gonna finish going through this one and then pull up the minute order, and then we're pouring another glass of champs. Let's like Rosengart for wedding is what needs to happen.
I thank her for our relationship. Not only is this momentous for Britney, but she helped shine a light on not only this conservatorship, which was corrupted by her father, James P. Spears, but she helped shine a light on conservatorships and guardianships from coast to coast, from California to New York.
Yep.
And that took a tremendous amount of insight,
Absolutely.
courage, and grace. I will say that Britney has been put into a position through our collaboration in the work of my law firm to succeed.
I love that.
We have a safety net in place for Britney, both on the personal side and on the financial side, as those of you who are in court understand.
I don't love the word
But
safety
Britney-
net, but that's absolutely what needs to happen is a transition process. And he says, as those of you in court already know, which means this must have come up in front of the judge when the judge said, what is your plan? And he was like, this is our plan. This is where she's moving. This is the money that's going into the trust. This is the money that's going here. There's a medical plan. So this is really, really important.
As of today, is a free woman, and she's an independent woman, and the rest with her support system will be up to Britney.
All the ladies. Who else wants to sing Independent Woman? I need like a Free Britney playlist, but I love that he took a moment again to put it back on her strength. I can't hear the reporters at all, and I'm glad he repeats the questions. He's very savvy in that way. So
we believe it was the right result. Britney specifically requested that there be no mental evaluation, and the judge did not require it. We think it was the right result.
Who's asking him, do you think this is the right result? Are you fucking kidding me? Don't ask that question. Come on. Do you think this is the right result? No, I don't want to do what my client wants, because that's exactly what she's gotten for 13 years. Men that don't listen to her is exactly what she's gotten for the last 13 years. And a mom that seemingly didn't stand up for her until the end and then was like, oh, by the way, could you just reimburse me for that? Which feels like if I looked at my kids when they turned 18, I was like, this is the money I've spent on you for your entire life. Okay, so when you start working, can you just go ahead and start like making monthly installments? Your soccer shoes when you were 5. This is part of being a parent. It's just part of being a parent. Mama Emily's angry about Lynn Spears, but we'll get back there.
I'm sorry? That, again, will be up to Britney.
I think what he said I think what the reporter said is what comes next for the relationship with Britney and her family. And he said that will be up to Britney. And that's very important because she gets to set boundaries for the first time in her life. And those boundaries can be no, not you. This is the performing again question.
Whether Britney performs again will be up to Britney at the right time.
I do too.
I'm sorry?
Somebody just asked him if he'll represent Amanda Bynes. Here's the thing with lawyers. You can't solicit clients. So he can't go call up. If Adam's in the chat, Adam, you should be out in LA, but you came to the States where you're too young to drink, and I'm so sorry. But I hope you're having the best time in Los Angeles. It's always hot in October and November. I'm very sorry. You're not going to get cool fall weather. That only happens in Tennessee, it seems. But are you going to represent Amanda Bynes? Rosengart can't reach out to Amanda Bynes and say, hey, let me know if you need some help. And her conservatorship is not in California, but let's keep going.
Something I would get into right now.
They're asking what happens
as of
from here.
Today, as Judge Penny ruled on the record, her language was, in effect, the conservatorship of the person and the conservatorship of the estate are terminated effective today.
So nothing that happens, this is a great question, Cynthia, thank you. Nothing that happened in the conservatorship changes what has happened in the family law court. She can petition for that. I don't know how close her kids are to both being 18. So she might not want to bother with the family law court, but it doesn't change what happens in the family law court. Does it put her in a better position to petition in the family law court? Maybe. Oh my God, Adam. Well, I'm getting drunk online and I will WhatsApp call you and Kat when I am done streaming because it's way earlier there and we can kiki for a minute because I missed your call earlier today and I adore you. I'm glad you're having so much fun. I forget that you can make it happen. Adam Bestie is in LA. I posted on Twitter a video of him and Kat walking around the Free Britney rally that I saw on Reuters stream today. I was like, that's Adam. That's Kat. Hey, besties. All right. What's up? Let's go. Let's see what else he has to say.
Subject to a couple of conditions subsequent. And what that
Nothing is more lawyerly than saying conditions subsequent. I mean, that's just if you want to sound like an attorney when you mess with your kids, your family, or people you're asking doing something, be like, it's like the yes and it's yes, I'll do what you want, but there are conditions subsequent, which are you need to unload the dishwasher and empty the cat box and blah, 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 blah. So conditions subsequent. Do I think James will leave the country? I think James better be holding on to his money and answering depositions and figuring out what comes next.
Means is we have set up a financial safety net for Britney in terms of a new trust. All of the assets that are outside of the existing trust will be transferred by the existing conservator of the estate, who replaced Jamie Spears, who was suspended in grace, into that trust.
He did say suspended in grace. That's such a weird way to say suspended. Yes, that is exactly what he said. It's still strange.
So that's one safety net that's in place for Britney. Well, that's not something I'm going to comment on in detail.
I can't hear what they asked.
Anybody who saw the New York Times documentary.
That's what they asked.
And it was mocked by James Spears' attorney as a TV show. It wasn't a TV
Yes, it
show.
was.
It was a highly vetted.
But Your Honor, they're talking about some garden party that's not even relevant in court. That was absolutely what Viv did in court. I did the live reacts reading of it.
A documentary or read the New York Times front page expose knows that the conduct as alleged by the Times, which was corroborated by the Times, deserves investigation. I used to be a federal prosecutor. Now I'm just a private attorney.
I want to make the joke again, but I'm not going to. There's like 6,000 of you in here, so maybe I should. Knowing someone's a prosecutor is like knowing someone's a vegan. They'll tell you.
Have criminal investigative powers. What happens there will be up to law enforcement, not up to me.
However, when he says it'll be up to law enforcement, I believe he wouldn't have said that. Speculation and a half a bottle of champagne. So take it with a grain of salt. But there's already, I think, a ball rolling, right? I think there's already a ball rolling on an investigation. M. Max asked, do you think Britney will have to pay these ridiculous lawyer fees her mom ran up? I don't know. If Britney looks at Rosengart and says, I don't want to fight with my mom, just do it, he won't object. We haven't seen an objection filed. If Britney wants to object, they'll object. Rosengart doesn't get to pick the fight. Britney gets to pick the fight. I feel like her last lawyer didn't let her choose, which shouldn't have happened.
I'm not going to comment on my discussions with Britney.
He did say later that Britney loves her fans, though. He did say to all the fans, Britney loves you. And then she retweeted and Instagrammed all of the confetti popping. And it just, like, thinking that Britney is sitting at home watching people celebrate just warms my heart. Like, you're not alone. And I know that she probably felt tremendously alone, because that's exactly what I took away from her speaking to court on the 28th. I know that Adam was listening to that, or the 23rd, the June 23rd, listening to that hearing too. She just sounded so frustrated that no one had heard her for so long. And then Rosengart comes in and is like, I got you. I heard you. Let's wreck shit. And a few short months later, here we are. It's just fucking incredible.
That's what we've asked TriStar. I'm not going to comment.
They're asking him to speculate as to how much TriStar was paid, and he's like, I'm not going to speculate on anything. You know why? Because he knows anything he says to the media can come back and bite him in court, a lesson that can be learned by everyone.
I'm not going to comment, but one would think that a business manager, if asked by their client, would respond and give them that number. Their response has been, well, it's in the accountings.
One would think that a business manager, when asked by their client, would just respond. Yikes.
I would ask, does TriStar treat all of their clients this way, or is it just Britney Spears?
Are you shitty to everybody, or are you just shitty to Britney? Yikes.
She's been bullied for a decade, and why TriStar is continuing.
Wait a second. We're going to do that again.
Well, it's in the accountings. I would ask, does TriStar treat all of their clients this way, or is it just Britney Spears? She's been bullied for a decade, and why TriStar is continuing to bully Britney Spears is a fair question.
He just called TriStar. He said he just called TriStar a bully. Does TriStar treat all of their clients this way, and why are they continuing to bully Britney Spears? Rosengart's better with words than I am, and I'm kind of living for this.
I don't have the answer to that. TriStar will have to answer that.
I can't hear what they're asking. I can't hear what they're asking at all. Blah, 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 blah.
Mr. Zabel has remaining powers in terms of winding up his responsibilities as reflected on the record.
Okay, so Zabel is the subsequent conservator of the estate, and he is going to wind up the estate. So he remains, he's not terminated today. He gets the duty of finding all of the assets and moving them all into a private trust that he may or may not stay on to manage, or somebody else may or may not stay on to manage. Do you see him looking like, can I get out of here yet? He's done answering questions.
I'm not going.
They asked if law enforcement's involved yet. He said, I'm not going to comment, but you know what? He already did comment by saying that'll be up to law enforcement. Sorry, Rosengart. I think you're very clever, but you already said that'll be up to law enforcement, which lets us just decide. And Jacqueline V said, yes, Newsom passed a new law that all conservatives are allowed to appoint their own attorney. So whatever you may think about Gavin Newsom, it's a good law. So, don't shoot the person who passed the law. We like good laws, no matter who passes them. And Gavin Newsom does have some really good hair. So yes, thank you, Jacqueline V. But yes, California actually recently passed new legislation. Britney not having her own attorney was one of the biggest problems in this conservatorship. She had no one to fight for her. She had Sam Ingham, and I don't know why. Yes, I do. Follow the money. He was getting paid like $500K a year. Sam Ingham didn't fight for her because Sam Ingham's best interest was keeping the conservatorship alive. Rosengart's a private attorney that could become Britney's business attorney if he and his firm want to. There's other business in it, but he's coming from a former prosecutor. I can only assume that he approaches things similarly to the way the other prosecutors I know do, which is I want to do right by this person for the time that I'm needed. And then there are plenty of other people who want to work with me. Like, money doesn't matter. It'll be fine. Like, I don't care. We're not clawing onto this thing. I don't get the same vibe from Ingham, personally. My opinion.
I'm sorry? I don't comment on my communications with Britney. She's aware of the result, though.
So he's already told Britney that she's free. She's aware of the results. She might have been on Zoom. We'll know. Oh, when I pull up the minute order, we should know who was on the Zoom call. JW said, I feel like the judge is crooked. Hear out my full sentence. The judge can only deal with objections. The judge can only deal with issues raised by the lawyer. In some instances, the judge can raise their own objections, but it's rare that they do. And so Ingham not doing his job means that things just got passed. If there's no objection, the court's like, oh, nobody's objecting. It's fine. And they're not looking deeper into it most of the time. In 2019, when Britney spoke to the court the first time, the court should have gone, what the fuck is going on here? And didn't. And that might have been because the court trusted the attorneys. It might be because the court trusted Vivian Thuren. It might be because the court trusted Sam Ingham. I don't know why that decision was made. But in 2019, the court should have started taking notice and being like, what's going on? So I don't know. I don't think that the judge was curious. I don't think that the judge pressed the attorneys, but I also think the person who was supposed to do their job didn't. That's just how I read it. So, Emma was saying, I hate Newsom, but he always reminds me of Fitz from Scandal. Same girl, same. I don't always love Newsom. I don't always hate Newsom, but he absolutely reminds me of Fitz from Scandal. Why play?
That's up to Britney Spears.
That was a question about, is Britney going to perform? Also, they keep asking him about conversations with Britney. Attorneys cannot comment ever on their communications with their client. Just don't ask. You know that he can't say what he's told Britney. He's never going to.
Excuse me? It's an amendment. It's an amendment to the existing trust.
Can you restate the question for the rest of us in the room? But it sounds like they were asking what's going to happen with the trust. It's going to be amended and the new assets are going to be added in. That's what it sounds like he's saying.
Well, let me answer it this way.
Please.
It in no way impacts the fact that the conservatorship is terminated as of today.
Whatever they asked. Carla, you're not alone.
I was proud to be in the right place at the right time.
He does look like Clark Kent.
I'm not going to comment in terms of details in regard to how we got together.
The way he said how we got together is pretty funny. But I love that he said I was in the right place at the right time. He's not making it about him. He's not pounding his chest. And you know why? Because he doesn't have to, because he's a good lawyer. He doesn't need to tell you he's a good lawyer. You can tell. He's articulate. He's easy to follow. He's easy to understand. His writing is clear. He's kind of savage in his emails, which gives me a bit of anxiety. But he doesn't need to say, look, I'm the greatest. He just needs to say, look, right place, right time, and Britney did that. Britney did the work. It's really interesting that he's like, I'm not going to comment on how that happened because we don't know. Look, lawyers aren't allowed to solicit clients. Britney was represented by Ingham. We don't know. We know that Britney was texting and messaging the conservator of the person, Jody Montgomery, saying, help me find a lawyer. And Jody Montgomery was like, I can't do that. So someone helped her find a lawyer. I don't know who, but I'm really glad to whoever that was. Thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts collectively for making this connection and making sure this happened. Look, this reminds me, Janae, yes, no bravado necessary because confident. It reminds me of Kathy Hilton on Housewives of Orange County, just rolling around with her fan. And she's like, I'm in my pajamas. I don't give a shit. I'm rich as fuck. I don't need to walk around in head to toe Gucci. I don't care. That confidence is what I see from Rosengart. I know we're all starting to stand. I'm going to pour another. I don't know if it's advisable to pour another glass of champagne, but I'm going to do it anyway. Why couldn't Jody help find, there we go. Why couldn't Jody help her find a lawyer? It would be a conflict of interest for Jody to take that role because the lawyer for Britney is supposed to make sure the conservator of the person and the conservator of the estate are doing the right thing. So if it looked like Jody handpicked her lawyer, then it might be somebody who's not overseeing what Jody's doing. I think it was really ethical of Jody to say, I can't help with that and maintain that boundary. It was the proper thing to do. I really hope so that Paris and Madonna and Mariah were helpers, and whoever knew him, like, God bless. More champagne.
Not going to.
That was about Britney's family.
Sorry?
I mean, maybe a little. More of a lawyer admiration. Yep.
I didn't.
He's
question,
admirable.
Yes, the conservatorship was 13 years.
We know
Britney
that.
herself testified in court, as everybody knows, both on June 23rd and July 14th, in regard to the abuse that she says she suffered.
Look, as to this point, Marta, motivation is a big deal. Sam Ingham did at the end try to get James yeeted and did not go about it powerfully. But I also wonder if he did it wholeheartedly. Because again, follow the money. All of you are like, yes, champagne, do it. We will talk about the bond when we're done with this press conference for sure. So thank you. Yes, we stand whoever got her in touch with Rosengart. They saved Britney's life, I think. I don't know how Britney survived this conservatorship. I can't imagine how soul destroying and soul crushing this experience must have been and how much trauma she has suffered. But it says a lot about Britney's character and spirit that she has persevered. And that is a big, big thing. Y'all are like pouring another. Look, why not? Why not just live stream while drinking a bottle of champagne on a Friday talking about legal shit? Sure.
At the hands of her father, James P. Spears. One other comment I'll make,
unless
there are any other specific questions, is this. Many journalists have speculated or commented in regard to James P. Spears. I haven't spoken with journalists on this particular point, but it is correct that we served a notice of deposition.
We heard about the depositions. I'm going to zoom.
Here on November 10th either. If Britney
Zoom.
alleged financial misconduct and the electronic surveillance.
I'm going to back up about misconduct.
That we served on him in the form of interrogatories,
document Emily, just let it play. Fair.
And other information we're seeking, both in regard to financial information,
very exciting,
alleged financial misconduct, and the electronic surveillance.
Also very exciting. Jimmy, probably me too. I'm going to let the chat vote on it.
I will say this. I apologize. It's interesting that he has refused to cooperate because his lawyer.
Press. When Rosengart says, I will say this, shut the fuck up and let him finish. We want to hear what he has to say. We don't want to hear your questions.
In his lawyer's filing, claimed that Mr. Spears would profusely cooperate. I can say this. They have not responded to one document request. They have not responded to one interrogatory, and they have refused thus far to appear for deposition under oath.
He's so right. They said in like multiple court motions, like, well, like gesticulating, like James is willing to work for a smooth transition. James, wow, those words were not clear. James is willing to work with the estate. James will do whatever it takes. He will work on a transition plan, and then completely ignored all of the subpoenas. What an excellent point.
A cross-examination of an individual or witness under oath at a deposition, any lawyer will tell you, is how you find the truth.
And it's fun.
I'm looking forward to that deposition. Why he has not appeared, why he's ducking the deposition, is something he and his counsel will have to answer.
You have to defend my honor, Reaver. Most of the time I drink whiskey. But tonight it's champagne. It's tradition to finish the bottle of champagne. Well, we're getting close. Probably should have eaten more today, but I was live streaming all day long. Let's keep going. Yes, Daddy loves her and will be very cooperative, Viv. Also, Viv, fuck you and your subpoenas. We're not showing up.
I'm going to give the same boring answer, and that's up to Britney.
The same boring answer, it's up to Britney, is way better than it depends. I can't hear their questions. They're not loud enough. Oh, possibly. This is the longest fucking question. I'm already bored with it. And then he's like, I'm not answering that. You should have cut him off.
I'm sorry?
They're asking about depositions of what? Somebody pull
Financial
him.
accounting hearing, which is going to occur in January, as well as other issues that are in the record.
Okay, so what he just said was the financial accounting hearing is going to happen in January. That was supposed to happen December 8th. We haven't seen that minute order yet, but it sounds like the December 8th hearing got pushed to January. So that will be very interesting. Can James keep refusing to sit for depositions? Well, the court can make him go. He is super polite to the press, and I imagine that he is generally that way anyway.
Are there any other questions?
Don't know. Just walk. You're done. Just go.
I've got a client who I need to speak with, and I just want to thank everybody.
Yes, you do. I have a client I need to speak with. Can you imagine the FaceTime between Rosengart and Britney? It's like, Britney, you're free. And she's like, I'm free. He's like, go to Hawaii, get married, have fun, live your life.
For their support, the fans, media, involvement.
And he says thank you, but then he absolutely goes over to the stage and speaks to the fans. And I appreciate that he took the time to not just speak to the press. That was clearly the setup media junket with all of the press microphones there. You saw all the names on the microphones. And then he took the time to go over to the stage at the rally. And I appreciate very much that he did both. He didn't have to. He could have just been escorted back to his car. He probably parked at the cathedral. It's where all the other lawyers park when they go to Stanley Mosque, and get out of there. But he didn't. He took the time to make sure that he acknowledged the fans and told the fans, you know, Britney loves you, and really give them that moment to celebrate. He didn't have to do that. I think it's very smart that he did, and I appreciate that he did. And that's a much shorter clip. I took a few notes that I just wanted to share that he shared in that. What did he say? That she's been bullied for decades, that she's shown a light on all the conservatorships, that the federal government is looking at changing the laws, and that the fans and the Free Britney movement were essential to what happened today. And again, giving credit to those who have showed up, those who have been there, those who have been a part of this for her, and a part of this because they wanted to shine a light on it. It was really a very powerful moment to see him say, "Thank you, you did this too. The Britney loves you. Thank you. You are essential to what happened today." That means the world. Because if it weren't for the Free Britney movement, I don't know if the other celebrities who have now taken this up, Madonna and Paris, who just got married, by the way, cheers, and Mazel, but if they would have known the extent of this without the Free Britney movement really relentlessly talking about this to the point that it got picked up so that it could not be ignored. And that takes a lot because at the beginning, the press called the Free Britney movement crazy and fanatical and, all of these things. And they were right. They were right the entire time. They knew they were right the entire time. Yes, and Cher, who can go have ice cream with Britney anytime she wants. They knew they were right. They told her she was right, and they pushed on. And that's really, it takes a lot of fortitude to continue to fight for what you know is right when everyone is telling you that you're wrong. And the Free Britney movement doing that says a lot about their character too. And while I don't agree with the death threats, that's not an entire movement. That's a few people who take it too far. But I work on the internet, and where aren't there a few people that take it too far, right? So I'm gonna go look back at the court website. I'm not pulling it up while I do it because I have to enter my password at a certain point, and I'm going to just we're gonna just. So like Peter Mon says, receipts. Wait, no, that's not it. That's not what I was trying to get to. Like Peter Mon says, rock on, gold dust woman. Like Peter Mon says, stick to your principles when they when they are inconvenient. Yes. Sorry, I love Peter. I've also drank most of a bottle of champagne. Emily, I saw you earlier on Adam's show. Yes, I tried to do all my coherent streaming earlier today. I want to send my congratulations on being number 4. Oh, I am number 4. My podcast is number 4 in the US and the UK. And it's very exciting. The Emily show has been trending worldwide because all of you guys are fucking amazing. Let me see if there are any documents. Where are my documents? Not me putting the numbers in backwards. Look, I know there are lots of people who joke and are like, "Oh, that's my ADHD," or "Oh, I'm dyslexic," and aren't. Diagnosed and actual and just entered Britney Spears' case number wrong because I transposed the numbers. The fact that I have her case number memorized, it's the only case number I have memorized. I have like her case number memorized, like my parents' phone number and like my best friend from childhood phone number and like my social security number. Those are the numbers I have memorized. It used to be my driver's license number and then I moved and now that's never happening again. Like we've passed the time. Oh, I have to enter this again. Memorized, but becomes more difficult. No, it's just the 2-minute orders. Ah! All right, look, we're not going to get the money shot tonight. It's just not going to happen. We're not going to get the minute order we want. It's probably not going to happen till Monday. I will share it on social when it's up. I'm going to share. Oh, I was going to share Instagram and then I'm going to share this minute order that is supposed to be right here. Where is it? There it is. All right, let's do this first. Me reversing myself midstream. I'm going to do this. No, I'm going to do this. If you want to know what my brain is like, that is what my brain is like. All right. Let's see who is present. Oh, it doesn't break it. Oh, it does break it down. Okay, perfect. Jody Montgomery, Court Connect, James P. Spears via Court Connect. Court Connect is on video call. This is what we need to know. November 12th, 1:30. James got to watch this happen. Jody Montgomery, conservator of the person, former. James P. Spears, suspended, conservator of the estate. Lynn Spears, John Zabel, Lorianne Wright, attorney, in court. Marie Mondia, Court Connect. Attorney in person, Yasha, Court Connect. person, Rosengart in person, of course, Lisa McCurdy, attorney in court, who filed a motion and now can show up in court. Gladstone Jones, attorney via Court Connect, Court Connect, Court Connect, Geraldine Weil, Court Connect, interesting because those are the former attorneys that are no longer representing James B. Spears, and Gerald Cohen, Court Connect. Britney was not on Court Connect. So Britney did not watch. Emily, are you even tipsy right now? Tipsy's an understatement. I'm close to 40, and nowadays I drink one glass of wine or champagne on an empty stomach, and I'm basically a mess. Same. Glad we're hiding it well. The face is going to start turning even pinker. I have a very high flush when I drink. You can always tell. Absolutely do the YouTube things. This matter is called for hearing, which is the petition to appoint a conservator of the estate successor filed on September 22nd, 2021. The motion was denied without prejudice because it's all moot. The court having ruled on the related termination petition on calendar this date, meaning the court terminated the conservatorship. The point is moot. Same. The court finds that insufficient evidence has been provided to grant the matter on calendar this date based upon the reading of the moving papers, the matter to appoint a successor conservator, which is interesting because this matter was granted last court hearing. So I don't know why they are not granting it now, because I think this court already granted this motion, but it might be that the court granted because the court granted the later motion to appoint the successor conservator of the estate that was the new guy, not the previous guy, because they swapped him out. I don't know why they bothered cleaning this up. They're probably trying to clear the probate notes. But this next minute order, the last time there was a major ruling by minute order, it took quite a while. I just want to make sure that the court put up, I'm just going to pull up the other one too. I think it was the exact same minute order. Yeah, the appointment of the successor conservator filed on that date. I'm going to pull it up one more time. I think I bought it like 3 times. Petition for removal. No, I have that one. Petition for removal was heard today as well. So that I don't have pulled up, but it says the petition for removal filed July 26th by Britney Jean Spears. This petition for removal was already ruled on, and they went back and denied it without prejudice, which is so weird because they already suspended him. So, yeah, it's totally gonna happen. Oh yeah, our chat's a mess tonight. We're friends having a drink tonight. That's what we're doing. So the other minute order was for the July removal of James Spears, and the court denied the removal of James Spears because he's already been suspended and they already terminated the conservatorship. So that Watch Studio, I'm going to start going through. Look, I should swoop. We've been all over the place tonight. This is a chit-chatty stream. We don't do this very often. We normally cover a whole bunch of shit. Look, it's been like an hour and a half. We've talked all the things. Oh, Instagram. We're going to do that. And then we are not even going to worry about time stamping too much. And then we're just going to go to questions, which we've been interspersing. Because I just want to have this. We're going to celebrate the Instagram moment for all of those that didn't see it. And let's pull up Sam. Do I have caps lock on? I hate caps lock. Sam, sorry. Oh, there's a new post. I'm going to answer this real quick, and then I'm going to go to Sam Asghari's Instagram. Emily, love your channel and content. Why did you make the switch from prosecuting? I left the DA's office after a lot of health issues, including 2 back surgeries in 1 year, including a spinal fusion. I have a TED Talk that's on my channel that talks a lot about it. It was time for me to get to be 100% me, which includes like the shiny sparkly hair that's purple and cursing on the internet and giving commentary on cases that I find interesting. I just needed to be able to do more. And I hope that through this platform, through the podcast, and through the Law Nerds community, we help people understand the facts. And then if they want to engage in their own fuckery, I'm not telling you not to. But just know that it's fuckery. Be like, these are the facts and I fucking hate them. And that's fine as long as we get to the heart of it and understand our legal system so that people can make the change that they want to make change. I felt like I needed to do more and I just couldn't do that anymore. I can get into it much deeper. If you guys want a deeper dive on that, it might be a proper I Have Thoughts episode, but there was a lot that went down leading up to that that I haven't really talked about publicly, but it is a very difficult it's a very difficult job and I am a highly empathetic person and so it takes quite a toll on your mind, body and spirit. I also lost the year I was having back surgeries, I lost a number of friends to various cancers within the DA's office and I just looked at my kids and was like I can't just be at work until I die. I have other things to do in my life. And that was a big part of it. So thank you for the very thoughtful question. I appreciate it. Let's talk about Sam Asghari's. Get it, Sam. Go get married. Go to Vegas. Go get married. I want to see what the caption is. History was made today. Britney is free. I love that the first comment here is breathe heavy. I love Dame Dolly. I love Fierce Reality. You see all the people I follow because that's how Instagram works. Love. You get it, Sam Asghari. All right, let's see if this is the one I think it is. You guys might hear the volume on this and you might not. This is, oh no, it's muted. I don't want to get demonetized by by the YouTubes because music. I fucking love that Britney had a free Britney shirt that said it's a human rights movement on today, and that Sam posted this to Work Bitch and that they were both on Instagram. I love it so much. I love it. And it said loading. Because Free Britney was loading when he posted this morning. I love it. Let's see if there's any other stories. Oh my God, the dogs have a Free Britney shirt. Love it. Let's see what Britney's says. What? Not much, but Twitter. Oh, this one. This is the one I was looking for. So this is the, the crowd goes wild. The conservatorship is terminated and they're just freaking out in LA. And Britney says, good God, I love my fans so much. It's crazy. I think I'm going to cry the rest of the day. Everyone. Best day ever. Praise the Lord. Can I get an amen? All the amens. I love that Bravo Andy was like, yes. I love that Jake Yonsei TV's the second one that showed up here for me. I love all of it. I love it. I love today. I love it. I love everything. Just all. I'm going to get to super chats. I got to pull some stuff up so I can do that. We're going to swoop to questions. I haven't swooped all night at all. Should we celebrate the 170 at Binged? Should we just do that? I feel like we're already here and maybe we should just do that. Maybe. Oh, Bond. We'll do this with questions. Let's just swoop and we'll get to questions. I have questions. You have questions. We have questions. And then maybe we'll bing. Maybe we'll bing together. Should we bing together? The Bond. Thank you. Athena's like, girl, you're ADHD and you're drunk. Can you please focus? We're focused, I promise. If there is an investigation, the bond can't clear until everything's wrapped up. So there will be more happening in court. We're not done. There will be future court dates. This 12th accounting is going to pop the fuck off. We're going to cover it. I'm living for it. I'm ready to see it. I want to know. And I said this in the Emily Show episode today. I want to see if the Media Matters are going to get denied. I have never seen this court deny payment of anything, and I want it to happen so badly. I want the court to be like, no, James P. Spears, go pay the $500,000 for the media tour of your lawyers. Do it. I want to see that happen. So, that was not my Emperor Palpatine voice. If I was going to do that, it would be like, do it. That's my Emperor Palpatine voice. All right, it's time to get silly and answer questions. I'm going to go through super chats first. I also love. Can we just? I got distracted trying to close my Twitter, and we've got Christopher Melcher interviewing Sloan and BJ outside the courthouse. I bet it was the most fun. I will tell you 100%. I considered going to LA, but I have to travel next week for a wedding, and I could not do both and do content. And it was a tough choice, but devil's advocate, this is a great question. If Team Con's not cooperating, how can they get paid? So the subpoenas are a little bit outside. Well, I don't think they're outside the scope, but a little outside the scope of the conservatorship. They're not part of the accounting. And I think that the court will have something to say when this comes up, and we will see. So they can get paid because what they're getting paid for is their past work, not their current work. There's an Amber Alert in Middle Tennessee. Okay. Thank you. Totally distracted. Didn't Rosengart confirm that Britt was definitely in charge of her socials? I didn't see that, but I hope so. I didn't see that. He might have he was asked at the other one, but I didn't see his answer to that. I know that it came up. I just don't remember. That's really what it is. I hope she is. She would be now. Question, not Britney related, but did you see the video of Candace Luann's new Christmas song? It is yikes. Is that the one they filmed during the season? I haven't seen it yet. It's been a really, really, really busy week. I will just say I have streamed a lot this week. It's been a lot of content and 2 podcast episodes and like a million Astro World lawsuits at this point, plus the new lawsuit filed in the Rust case, which is tremendously sad to read, plus the Rittenhouse trial, plus Britney, plus Richards and Edelson and Girardi, and like it's been that kind of week. Question, who vets the company that takes over Britney's money? I imagine that it's one of the companies already involved that's going to manage her trust, but Rosengart should help her do that. So that should be a Rosen Daddy question. Do it. Who likes the Game Grumps animated? I've never heard of that, but I love it. I'm ready for the 12th accounting too. Let's see. What else? Oh my God, Drunk Emily is so nice to see because she's stopped. Matt, full ADD does come out. I absolutely normally rein it in. I cannot rein it in when I'm slightly intoxicated. BJ is one of the most adorable humans on the face of the planet. Can we just appreciate how glorious she is and how happy she looks and how happy Sloan looks and how much work she's done? Like, she's having a full like Britney Legally Blonde moment, and I fucking love it. I love it. We need to do a stream together. I've been wanting that to happen, and I am the worst at scheduling things. My schedule's been wild, but it needs to happen. I will go find this interview later for sure. Question, if Britney pursues criminal... Little Red Star, it's good to see you. If Britney pursues criminal charges against her dad, will he have to pay back the money he took, or will that happen because the... You made me answer lawyer questions. It depends. It depends on how it goes. When there are embezzlement cases, theft cases, fraud cases, there is generally either a forfeiture or a restitution process, but that can also happen in an investigation. So it could happen either way. It just depends what happens next, and we will see. Hello, Pocket Angie Tips. According to the press conference, Dad Spears took 3 to 4 million so he can cover Viv. I mean, he should be able to. James's role as conservator does not include a PR team for himself. I agree. I would love to get a PR team for myself, but no. Does Britney need to wait to get married for any legal reason? No, she doesn't. She can get married whenever she likes. She can run away and get married tomorrow. I mean, you've got to pull documents to do that. It's faster in Vegas, but not to be shady, but to be shady. Britney knows that though. She's gotten married in Vegas once already. She can do it again. I hope that she gets to plan the wedding of her dreams. Part of me is like, run to Vegas, get married, like, do you. Part of me is also like, have your beautiful wedding, live your dream. So Let me get to a few more questions. Oh, I said I was going to go get to super chats. I got distracted. Wait, I got distracted. I wanted to go see. Oh, I did go see Britney's Instagram. We're done. Question: did Rosengart say over $1 million? Does the FBI have jurisdiction? Who is likely the investigating body? Rosengart said $3 to $4 million. He said took $3 to $4 million, which is a substantial and significant statement. Whether that took means embezzled or defrauded, or that the court allowed him to take improperly um will be different things. So it just depends. The FBI can take jurisdiction. The feds can take jurisdiction in this case. It just depends what local law enforcement does. So there's a lot that factors in there. But yes, they can, especially because it involves the court system. And in interstate commerce, because part of it was her working in Vegas too. So yes. Why do Rosengart's snappy emails make you anxious? Leo girl, this is a fantastic question that I'm super happy to answer. It's not his snappy emails, it's the email exchanges. I don't love that part of civil practice. I never had. I don't love the game of you did this and you did that and you need to turn over this and you need to turn over this. It's very much like this is out of order. No, you're out of order. That adversarial type of emailing, just I do not live for it. I don't love it, and I hated having to deal with it as an attorney. Criminal practice, 90% of the time, you could email a defense attorney, "Hey, this is my discovery. This is this. Let me know if you need anything. We'll have a conversation if you want. Let me know. I'll be up in the cafeteria having a grilled cheese at 3. We can chat if you need to." And we worked to kind of come to communications that were easy. Civil isn't the same, and civil anticipates that those emails are all going to end up publicly. Their clients are going to see them. It's going to have to be this contentious thing, and the escalating aggression of it all just makes me question. It just makes me crazy. And I just don't live for it. I just don't live for it at all. All right, let me pull up the super chat so I can get to them. I completely agree, Patricia, that BJ wasn't all of her glory. She looked adorable. And that is the highest compliment I can give. She was having like her full free Britney L. Woods moment. Who will play whom in the movie? My vote is at least Steve Carell as Rosengart. Ooh, I could see that being good. By the way, don't watch Up and Adam's stream if you don't want to spoil the morning show. Sorry. He was like, but it was last week's episode. I'm like, oh, sweetie, no. How long do you think Rosengart will be around? At least until these accountings are done. And then I think if I were Britney, I would absolutely want to keep him on retainer as my business attorney. His firm does that. I would want to have him helping orchestrate everything from here on out. That's what I would do. I agree that there were so many clues in Britney's songs. I have no idea about James Spears's. I'm assuming that's James Spears's. I have no idea about his personal life. We're going to absolutely get to some super shots. Bing equals a shot. Well, I can't take shots of anything. We're just drinking champagne. Oh, but I meant to celebrate the Bing. For those of you that are new, the counter makes a noise when it turns over. A year ago, as the channel started growing, it was binging multiple times a stream because it was on the hundreds of subscribers, not the thousands of subscribers. Now it bings somewhat frequently, but not as frequently as it did because 1,000 more. And when it bings, we kind of celebrate, and it goes something like this. Oh, it binged! Move your head! Ah! And that bing was from when it binged over from 99,000 to 100,000. Dr. B and I hopped on a live stream together to watch it count down. I'm so glad I got to count it down live with y'all. I was shocked that I got to do that. I was like, oh my God, it's all happening. And that was in May, and now we're at 170K. We're pushing to 200 by the end of the year. We'll see. It's only November. Who knows? Things can happen. Dreams do come true. I don't take vacation. It's all good. Britton said in Lynn's filing, she talks about Ingham not doing what Britney wanted and being opposed to removing Jamie. Can Ingham face consequences for this? It would take a lot for that to happen. I want it to be true because his job was to do what his client wanted. Here's the thing. Everything Ingham did is getting turned over to Rosengart, and I trust that Rosengart will do what is appropriate and needed. So that's what I trust. Drunk Emily is probably my favorite Emily. Great. I mean, we normally, if we have a glass of whiskey, we normally try to rein it in. I very rarely am intoxicated on stream. I enjoy having a drink. There are still some streams, and Tech Valor and others know this. There were some streams when we did Wine Wednesday over on Easy Computer Solutions channel way back in the Dizzy. H to the is a sorry, way back in the day when we were talking about tech and all the things. And there were definitely some streams where we were so drunk. And it was absolutely a good time. I can see the flush. Yeah, I can feel that my cheeks are hot. I just don't even care. How long before Britney has access to her bank accounts? It should be today because the conservator in charge of the rounding up of the estate, they're like, get him. I don't know why I thought of lassoing shit when I said round him up, but I don't know. That's what I thought of. They will just do what Britney wants. So it's more of a Britney doesn't need her checkbook. She needs to be like, can I just have a credit card and do what I want? So they will have a process for that. This will have already been discussed prior to today's court hearing. So she will know the process for how she wants to do things. Does she want a credit card? Does she want somebody to just give her $1,000 in cash every week? I don't know, whatever she wants to do. That should be happening today. Is it safe and okay to listen to all the Britney songs and buy all the Britney things, or is it better to play it safe and wait? No, the finances are all getting transferred into a trust for her. It's done. It's just moving. James is already out. He's not getting paid. Other people will get paid out, but do all the things. Do all the things. Do the things. Stream the things. I would stream them now, but I cannot. I legally cannot, but I will later. I will stop streaming Taylor Swift. And go back. Can Britney fire who was just put in charge of her brand if she wants to? Tipsy Emily is so entertaining. Tipsy Distracted Emily is a shit show for everybody, and I'm here for it. Those of you who super chatted earlier in the stream, I am going to go back and get to those. I absolutely promise. Emily, I found out about you because I'm a huge Britney fan. Thank you. Love your show. Wait, love your show is the part I was supposed to say thank you for. My brain just jumped it in the wrong place. You are an amazing human. Proud law nerd. Thank you. I try. We try. We do the work regularly. We do the mental health work regularly. And I try. I'm also an Enneagram 1. So integrity means the most to me, which sometimes can come off as being a little naive and a little bit like, but you're not supposed to do it that way. Sounds like a well-deserved bottle of champagne. Dude, this has been a long month. It's been a long year. It's been great. Tech is reminding me to talk about judicial immunity. I will. I'm going to do super chats first, and then I'm going to do it. And if I forget, yell at me. What consequences can be placed on Jamie for refusal of depositions? The court can force him to show up if Britney chooses to pursue it, which is what Rosengart said. He said, I will continue to pursue it if Britney wants, which means if Britney doesn't want, then he's going to be like, okay, you didn't show up to depots. We're not doing them. Because Britney has to decide if she wants to spend the money to keep going after it, or if she's proud, she's done. Amy Yost, pull the tweet I just sent you and screenshot it. Free Britney. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We follow directions very well over here. Did you DM it to me? Wait, Amy, where did you send it? Did you DM it to me on Twitter? I hope you did. Did you at me on Twitter? Amy, just put it in the chat and Tech will tell me where you sent it and I will go find it. or tell Tech at Tech, and Tech will tell me where to go find it. Do you think Britney will fire the new bit? I have no idea. It's going to be up to her and Rosengart, but she can if she wants to. I think I answered that. I think it's up to Britney how long Rosengart's around. I think he will help her make this transition. Love you, Emily. Thank you for covering this. Thank you so much, Starla. Have I have loved covering this most of the time. I have hated covering this some of the time because it made me really sad. I became a prosecutor so that the court, well, I became a prosecutor after my experiences in college with way too many friends dealing with sexual assault and mostly dealing with male police officers and male prosecutors and not wanting to go through the dehumanizing process of testifying in court and just wanting to try to stuff down the trauma and move on with their lives. Sorry, I should have trigger warned my stream of consciousness. I apologize. But I really wanted the process to work for the people who needed to be protected. And I became a DA to do the best I could to make sure that happened. And this court process that's put into place to protect conservatees who need and deserve protecting and dignity allowed for horrific abuse. And it breaks my heart because I really do believe we have a good system and that we have a generally good court system that gets it right a lot of the times. But when it gets it wrong, it can be so horrifyingly wrong. And that's been the heartbreaking part of covering this is that it has gone so long. And it has gone so wrong. ADHD and drinking. Oh no. Lawyer question answers like a professional. I mean, we have experience. Can she sue Sam Ingham and object to paying him and Loeb? She can object. They haven't yet. Can she sue him? Oh, yeah, she could. I mean, she could sue him for malpractice. I don't know if they'll want to go down that road. Will you cover more to do with the Astro World? Absolutely. Astro World is going to be on my radar for a long time. I'm wanting to see how it plays out, and there are a lot of lawsuits to come, and I think people are going to want to understand how the lawsuits come. Can Britney get married before the 12th accounting is done because of the prenup? I think she can. I think they're probably already working on a prenup, especially if the prenup is like, what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. It'll be good. So, oh, yay. The Twitter link came into oh, Amy, I do remember this. I laughed out loud. Okay, sorry. Everyone's like, what are you and Amy talking about? Amy and I are having a moment. It's cool. I loved this. Thank you. This was Britney today. I absolutely love this music video, by the way. But here, let me try to make this bigger. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. I'm out. It's a perfect meme. Who made this meme? Britney Charts made this meme. This is a perfect meme. And I love it so much. For those of you that are casual observers, her parents, her siblings, her jailer, her attorney, the Svengali behind the whole thing, perhaps allegedly, and the conservatorship. I love it so much. Thank you, Amy, for sending that. Thank you, Tech. Look, it's like we're professionals here doing the show. It's like I get links and I can just see things. Because Tech is the magic behind the scenes. So I answered Britney getting married. Oh, super chats. We were supposed to do the super chats. Thank you for the super chats. We're interspersing. Look, I try to make sure that I get to questions from members of the channel, from super chats, and from subscribers and people who are just chatting. I really do my best to get to all of it. Have you seen BJ's video about Lou Taylor? Not yet. I have barely watched YouTube. I have no idea what's happening. I feel very disconnected. It has been trials and housewives and legal documents and trying to read Not All Diamonds and Rosé and play Animal Crossing and Pikmin. I've been very busy. It's been terrible. So we'll see. But I want to see it. I'm really curious. Your lawyer perspective would be. Adore your channel. I need to just have BJ on to talk about it because I don't like people trying to silence people for telling their truth, which is why I'm going to cover this Shailene Johnson if any of you guys put a 1 in the chat if you've been following the Shailene Johnson stuff. It's crazy. Question, are you going to cover the TriStar response to the subpoenas? Yes, I touched on it today. I'll cover it more. But I touched on it today in the Emily show, and that is on the channel. Question, do professional fiduciaries make $16,000 a month plus $2,000? No. Not to mention the money made from the deals made for her? No, they do not. No, they would not. And I would love to be able, I need to go find no, I need to go through the 12th accounting again in hindsight and pull out how much Jody Montgomery was getting paid, because I don't think Jody Montgomery was making nearly as much as James Spears was, and she was the conservator of the person. She was just getting paid hourly is what I remember. So when was the last time Sam Ingham was paid? Like 2018. He just filed a petition for fees, and the court is going to grant that. So do you think lawsuits will follow? Who will be sued? It depends on what Britney wants to do. I could understand if Britney's like, fuck it, I'm out. Like, I could see that. I could see Britney saying, fuck it, I'm out. It's really going to depend on where she wants to go from here. It doesn't mean there might not be a criminal or IRS investigation, because the IRS is going to be like, ooh, there's money. JC said, spilled red wine down my shirt when I cheers, but I don't care. I may or may not have my prerogative on repeat. I love my prerogative, and I'm sorry that you spilled wine. Jen M said, cheers with my booster juice smoothie. So excited for Britney. Same. Thank you to the members for sending those. I appreciate it. Let's see. Love your channel. Thanks for everything you do from New Zealand. Thank you from New Zealand. Love New Zealand. Adam McIntyre, Tech, which DMs? I will check my DMs in a second. I will. We're doing a total chill stream. I feel like I'm a Twitch streamer. You are the mama bear of the law nerds. I am. Come for my people and you will see it for sure. NS Anderson super chat. I'm trying. I've been recommending you to friends to get us to 200K. I'm very excited for 200K. It's a big milestone. Emily, wasn't Jamie in contempt of court by ignoring the subpoenas for deposition? Technically, yes. What will happen? I don't know. It depends on what Britney wants to pursue, and we will see how hard Rosengart determines to go. I'm kind of ready for like wrecking ball Rosengart, right? Can you see it? I can see it. I'm ready for it. But also, I imagine that Britney's exhausted of this and is like, I'm done. But she might, I want to see Britney's petty side. Britney, be that bitch. It's fine. Be like, I said in court with my whole chest, these people should be in jail and I'm not going to rest until they're in jail. Go for it, girl. You've got your estate. You're not paying them. Get you your money back. Do it. So it depends on what she wants to do. And we'll see that in the court filings. Ashley Redmond said, please show the clip from the Fitness Marshals Insta of him at the rally. It's so funny. I will go to Insta and do that for sure. I'm going to get to a few more super chats and then I'm going to do it. I'm leaving that up. If I ever got on Drag Race for the Snatch Game episode, I'd be Viv shouting, Britney's daddy loves her. Oh my God, call me out. That would be fucking iconic. I love it so much. I'm literally still so happy for Britney. I hope she's having a wonderful night. I mean, if I was Britney, I'd need like a bath and a nap. I don't know. It's like, it's almost too much. My name is Anime. Question, is Lou Taylor really the pantomime villain everyone online tried to paint her as? How much is bluster? I don't know. I love your question though. I don't know. Britney said on Instagram that Lou and her mom orchestrated the conservatorship. So I don't know how. The thing that I found nefarious from everything I've looked at was the odd change in the contract during COVID to take a lot of money, to get paid a lot of money when Britney was not performing. I'm not clear what else they were doing for that money. And that's one of the things that has always kind of been like, really? Is that what we're doing? I don't know. Is anyone else feeling like Dad Spears is going to be refiling for bankruptcy in the next year or two? It could absolutely happen. Um, I would have forensic accountants going through every nickel and dime. They do have a forensic accountant. I would too. Um, so I absolutely would. All right, let us continue on. Thank you for being you. You're welcome. And helping me remember my interest in the law. You're welcome. As a criminal justice major, I find more excitement in my classes as I learn more. I'm so happy to hear that. When I first left the DA's office, part of me was like, I need to step away from law. Law is the problem. Law was not the problem. Sometimes dealing with other lawyers was the problem, but also the way I was doing my job was a problem. And now I get to do my job in a way that I love every day. And it was like a year after I left the DA's office, because my husband and I met. I was 19 when my husband and I met, so he's known me through all of this. And it was about a year after I left the DA's office, and he's like, "You're you again." And I had lost a lot of me in a job. So it's been really fun this last year to be like, I can do this full time and it's great. And I love that. Okay. Adam has Twitter DM'd me. Thank you, Adam. I'm checking them. I'm checking them now. I am. There is the free Britney vlog up now. Here's the moment when we found out Britney was free. Okay, I'm gonna pull that up. We'll share it. Adam's free Britney vlog is out now. Let me open this up. Hold on. Me trying to not expose my Twitter DMs. Except my Twitter DMs with Adam because, no, I'm teasing. All right, let me share this real quick. Thank you, Tech, for the help. Thank you, Adam, for letting me know. I'm trying to navigate the internet while drinking. Let's see, Twitter. There we go. This is the moment they found out Britney was free. This is up on Adam McIntyre's channel. I'll link his channel down below and link this vlog down below so you can go see their vlog. It's very hot in LA right now. I don't think people are prepared. LA is not super hot in September, or not super hot in the summer. Like June, July is always crazy and overcast, but it's really hot in October, November. So let us just play this. Really? Twitter, this is what we're doing? Don't do that. Okay, I'm going to wait till it comes back up. Twitter's now being shady with me. It's like, no, we hate you. It's just, let me try one more time. We're going to, as we tried to do it, and it's not doing it at all. Twitter has decided that that's not happening. I'm going to try it one more time. Adam, don't worry. Oh, now it's working. Twitter hates me.
Wait, what?
Hopefully you guys can hear that. I love it. Tech Valor, are you for hire? Need an IT person? Miss Opinionated? She is super helpful. You cannot steal her from me. All right. We're going to pull this up in just a second. Can Britney really do that? I don't know what this is apropos to. Britney can do whatever she wants because she's free. I feel like, thank you for the super sticker. Is Britney bound by any of the contracts signed on your behalf during the conservatorship, or are they null and void? She is bound by them. I think she's in a very strong position to renegotiate them. I don't know what contract she's still in, and that is something Rosengart will be looking at. I don't think Rosengart's going to not be working on this for a while. Do you think Ingham or any of the other lawyers will suffer consequences in terms of their professional reputation? I don't know. I haven't really asked, and I should ask around what people think. I will, once again, it's very weird. This is the courthouse on the screen right now. That courthouse is where I used to work. I will inquire in the few legal circles that I still have. My LawTube circles are much stronger than my old legal circles, but I'll ask. Possibly. This was literally playing a second ago. We're just going to let it spin as we say thank you. Yes, thank you to the mods. We had like up to 7,000 people on here tonight. It's been very busy. So thank you. Question, there's no way he only took 4 million. Where'd the money go? I don't know, but I think they'll find out. I absolutely think they'll find out. Thank you for all the great coverage this last week. It's been a very busy week. I'm very tired. Mama is on her wine. You're the best. Cheers. Cheers. Can we please refer to it as the Travis Scott concert? Tori, I appreciate the request. The hard thing is that there are many that have had incidents and that becomes hard. So under advisement. I'm taking it under advisement. Britney has over 1 million likes on her video she posted less than 4 hours ago on Instagram. Britney Army. I love that. All right. This is not happy with me. Let's see if I can play it smaller and maybe that makes a difference. I don't know. All right, I'm going to try one more time. Adam, I love you. I'm trying.
Wait, what?
Hopefully you guys can hear that, but it is not. I'm just going to go to Adam's channel and pull it up real quick. Adam, I'm going to your channel to pull it up real quick because it's just not pulling up from DMs nicely at all. It's like, no, I hate you. I don't want to do any of that. So we'll just go pull it up from YouTube. All right, let's see. Oh, this might work. Why is my computer has been so patient this evening and has now decided it is tired and we are done. Emily, did you hear about the affirmative consent laws that just passed in New South Wales, Australia? No. People can't claim they assumed consent based on miscommunication. Affirmative consent has been a thing in California. And yes, you have to say yes, yes, yes. Silence does not mean yes, yes, yes. And I'm glad to hear it. I think we will be going all to affirmative consent all over at least the states, and love it. So, yeah. What else? This is still spinning. Twitter is still trying it with me, but we're not there yet. I need to tell you about a little issue my hubby accidentally caused by saying your name in the pit at a Dave Matthew night 2 and Irvine. It's funny, I promise. I was at DMB night 1 and 2 at Irvine. So cheers. DM me if you'd like. I'm happy to hear it. I was there. Hope you didn't cause an issue. But I had friends. Did I have friends in the pit night 2? Or were they there night 1? I don't remember, but I was there. Thank you for your coverage. While I'm ecstatic for Britney, I am so because a family has been destroyed in the pursuit of fame. It really is a sad thing to watch what fame did. The monetization is probably already gone. We're just like whatevs at this point. We're like, look, we're adults. We can drink and swear on the internet if we want to. Did you know that the Free Britney movement developed its own software to monitor and notify advocates of any changes in Brit's companies as Jamie managed them? I didn't know that. That's fascinating. Thank you. Thank you. Probably Old Navy. Brittany, I'm a 32-year-old mental health man from Ohio, but I want to say thank you for lifting up the voices of the voiceless and celebrating justice on your channel. Not a Britney Spears fan, but #free. Yes. Our super sticker is still a thing, asking for a friend woot for Britney. We're going to make it still a thing. Let's do it. Question, how do you feel about the new Animal Crossing update? Have you visited Brewster at the Roost? I haven't visited Brewster at the Roost. I've been working way too much. My island has been neglected. My friends don't even know who I am. And they're like, it's been like 6 months. And I'm like, shit. So I've been cleaning up weeds, but I am not doing any work this weekend for the first time in months. And I'm very excited for that. Thank you for making my birthday awesome. Happy birthday, River. I want to say River Song, but it's River Shoal. Happy birthday. River's the most badass name ever, and I love it, but also I'm a Who nerd. Matthew Rosengart and Tidy Whitey's on a wrecking ball. No. Or yes, Matt, how about or yes? How about or yes? What happens if the answer is yes? What does that look like for us? My favorite quote tonight, I want to see a wrecking ball Rosengart. I do. Okay, I'm trying desperately to make Twitter make fetch happen, and it's just like, fuck you, fetch isn't happening. So It was doing so well, and we're just not. Hold on. Let me go close something and see if that helps. It might be I don't know what's causing it. I don't know what's causing it. Consternation. Get your shit together, Twitter. I paid for Twitter Blue. Not that that should matter. It's we've maxed out our grace this evening. And Adam, I'm trying. I'm going to just retweet it. Y'all. There it is. Sorry, Adam, love you. It just wasn't working. I love that the chat's all saying hi to Adam. Adam and Kat are great. I'm sure they're having the best time. You're so based, Emily. Sure. Can I be honest? I still don't know what based means. I don't. Salute and celebrating with my paw nerds. Susie, that's the best way. I don't know where my paw nerds are tonight. Normally, the paw nerds are like everywhere. I have no idea where they are, but we had painters here today and they were a little stressed about it. They didn't love it. So they might be sleeping on the bed. Question, is Dad Spears going to be looked at by police? Britney went and made a police report. I think there will be a look at for sure. So we are going to see. For family Spears, follow the money. Always follow the money. You have no idea how long I've been waiting for this day. Bro, right? I've kept up with this conservatorship for years, checking in no matter what I've went through, and hopes Britney is free. We did it. Freed Britney. Hashtag freed Britney is such a great hashtag. I know that that's the case with the fitness marshal. I know that that's the case with so many others that have been watching this for 13 years. Excuse me. What this is what we're getting tonight. For 13 years going, please. I have not seen this documentary yet. iCats Mitch, but I've been asked about it a lot. I will go suss it down. Somebody was going to say pull it off of her whose Instagram? Mine? Yours? For your beloved Paul nerd Valkyrie and her mommy, cheers. From your beloved Paul nerd Valkyrie. Valkyrie is such a great name. Susan, judicial immunity reminder. Yes, we're going to talk about serious shit for 30 seconds, but we're going to try to play this video first because now I'm kind of fixated on it and going to try one more time. Negative ghostwriter. The pattern is full. Okay, Adam, love you. We're just going to link the video. I tried. Twitter's like, no. Oh, now it's playing. It plays for 30 seconds, not even 3 seconds. And then it's like, screw you. All right, Twitter, screw you too. Judicial immunity. So here's the thing. When judges are acting in the course of their duties, even if you disagree with them, even if it seems corrupt, even if it's like all the things, they can't be sued. Like can't be sued. So when people are like, what's going to happen with the judge? What's going to happen with the judge? Nothing's going to happen with the judge. The judge was signing off on what the lawyers had said, and that's all that it is. The judge was signing off on what the lawyers said. Oh, now it's playing. Okay, look. I couldn't leave it well enough alone. So when judges are acting in the course of their job, if the lawyers don't object and the judges do nothing, it's really impossible to go after them. And that's just the truth. All right, we're just going to play it through this mic. So.
We're feeling like it's time to free Britney!
Yes! Wait, what? Adam's like, wait, what? It's everybody's like, this is a great streaming experience for me. Can you just stop? Yes. Yes, I can. All right, I need to finish the super chats from earlier in the night. Thank you guys for the reminder. It is true. I need to do that. And then the mods are like, how long are we going to be streaming? I don't know. We're going to drink one more glass of champs because I think that we need to. And we're going to go from there. So, it's been a long week. It's been a long week of streaming. It's been a long week of stuff for sure. And I just... I still kind of can't believe that this happened. So, Can you guys feel that? A shitstorm of conflicts of interest, bribery, extortion, asset misappropriation, financial statement fraud coming up. Follow the money, Mazel tov. I think that we're not done. Britney is free, but this isn't over. And we're going to just keep talking about it until we get to the end. That's absolutely what's going to happen. So, Twitter is just mad because you stream. I mean, it might be. Twitter might just be angry with me. I paid for Twitter Blue and it's mad. I love electric scooters. Went out on one last night, guys. I feel so electrified. Are the electric scooters not a thing? Are they new to you? The electric scooters are fun. Wait till you go down to San Diego. The first time I electric scootered was down at Social Media Marketing World because it's so vast and you need the scooters to get around. I am going to get to the super chats from earlier in the night. I got asked again by Better with Irish, watch Slave Princess. It exposes all that happened to Britney and what Lou Taylor has done to her and others, and then gave the website for that. Thank you. Super sticker from Spoonless Valkyrie. Thank you. Patricia D said, I hope Britney lives a happy and healthy life. Same from this point forward. She deserves it. Same. Captain We the Barmy. Huzzah! To the consumption of Britney Freed Olay. Olay. Elise said, we all appreciate good timings and many more to come. And that is a fact. Thank you. If I read these badly, I apologize. Viva, thank you for the super chat. Hello, friend. You're probably already gone and you're like, you didn't see my super chat. Nope. If you're still here, hi. Congratulations, Emily, watching with the wife and kids. They are catching up on the Free Britney ordeal. Viva, it's been the craziest. Look, when the courts strip people of their fundamental human rights, it's bad. It's bad. Titan Topsy said that electric scooters aren't legal on the public streets in the UK. That might be smart. Because then you'd have Americans getting hit by cars all the time visiting the UK. Walking in the UK was hard enough for the first couple days for me. I didn't notice, but I wasn't looking for scooters when I was in the UK because it was November and it was so cold. I didn't want a scooter. I just wanted to get to the tube and then be done. But yeah, electric scooters are a whole thing. Be safe. Britney can finally get her IUD removed and have a baby. She can if she wants to. T. Hamilton is asking me the hard questions while I've been drinking. Any thoughts on the Edelson and Ron Richards nonsense that's been going on Twitter? I'm reading into your question. I thought it was kind of funny. I don't know if it helps the case. I was amused. And I talked about it on Up and Adam today more. And I will do for the Housewives fans an episode talking about the legal that has been going on, not just the Twitter of it all. We'll rope in the Twitter a little bit. Anyway, I got distracted. Viva, cheers to the family and the kids and all the things. Bence said, Britney is free. I want to thank you, Emily, for covering this and always answering our questions. I try my best. Matt Bond said, who is it? It's been so long, I don't even know. It's not Viva, it's the Vuv. That we're just blaming it on Vuv. Now we're blaming it on Vuv. Garciela said, I was on all of the Emily lives today. Garciela, that's a lot of lives with me today. Thanks for getting me through an otherwise long study and work day. You're welcome to pop me on in the background and let me be your friend, just chatting away incessantly while you do other stuff. Bella said, cheers from Sweden, celebrating with non-alcohol because of work in 4 hours. I mean, totally fair. I will never shade you or judge you for that. Sister Babylon said, pop the cork and let the bubbles free like our Britney Jean. Britney Jean Spears. I can't wait to see what the fitness marshal posts. He's like, he already like kicked Jamie in the face, and I'm waiting for the like full Free Britney stream. Emmy said, congratulations on 500K. You are fantastic. Today's the best day ever. Today is so good. Jez said, Jess Matz. Words are hard. Said, I'm full of vodka and hope. That's a great place to be. Kristen said, I had to miss most of this week's stream. Don't worry, there were a lot due to the death in the family. I'm so sorry for your loss. But I just couldn't miss this one tonight. Britney is free. I need some joy, which is totally fair. grieving is the worst. It's my least favorite of all the human emotions. And cheers to you to just be able to take a breath and go, tonight we've freed Britney, and then we'll get back to the process of living. Marie, thank you for the super sticker. Matt Bond, Matt R for MVP. Matt R is definitely the MVP of Britney Spears' conservatorship. It's amazing how much has gotten done in just a few months. Like, I'm still shook. Allison said, use this for your rosé. I will absolutely put it towards the rosé fund. K Rab said, you are allowed to have your own life and make your own decisions unless you have a lot of money someone else wants. I mean, it's kind of apropos, isn't it? Super Charmaine said, couldn't have wished for a better birthday gift than for Britney to be free. Hashtag free Britney. Happy birthday. And I like the freed Britney. Vesta Fairy said, question, did Britney get her dogs back? I believe so. It seems so. But I've only seen the one dog on Sam Ingham's social, so I'm still confused about what happened with the dogs that were taken to the vet and didn't come back. I don't know 100%. Captain We the Barmy said she's institutionalized. I'm worried she's going to be punished. She's going to need so much therapy. I know firsthand how it works, though. She can do it. I think Britney's going to be great. Sherry Thomas said, you're allowed to shave your head. Doesn't mean you're mentally unstable. Facts. Absolute facts. Call Me Al said, a toast to Britney's freedom. Raise a glass to freedom. We're gonna stop singing. It's not gonna go well. Captain We the Barmy, she is gonna worry about punishment. I hope she doesn't. There's nothing else anyone can do to Britney. She's outside of their grasp. There's nothing they can do. Enchanted Wings said, partying with mystery flavor Fanta at 1:30 a.m. I mean, it ain't no party like a Fanta party. Sister Babylon, this chat is moving faster than Sam Ingham. Facts. Always. This chat's always moving faster than Sam Ingham. Belly said, B had to yeet or be yeeted shirt on her video yesterday. You need to check it out. I will absolutely check out yeet or be yeeted. Motion to yeet merch, please. I'll take that under advisement. Christina said, I legitimately cried when I got the news. Drinking tea. Love you in the Lawnards. Lou Taylor, be afraid. Be very afraid. That's not a threat. I'm reading a super chat. And I imagine there is concern there. Just my opinion. Is this all in the glass? Oh God, there's more. Y'all, there's more. How many likes are we at? We need to get over 1,000 before we finish the bottle. Ashley said, hello. Thank you so much for letting us know about the case. I'm new to this podcast. You're welcome. We're here. This is a chattier stream than most, but we needed it. V's Doe said, can Ingham face any troubles in his future work as a lawyer due to how he handled the Britney case? I think people will definitely be looking more closely at it. Lynn said, love the irony of Dad Spears' motion to end the conservatorship. I mean, he definitely cut off his nose to spite his face, but he's not getting paid anymore by Britney. You better work, bitch. Do you think he hears that in his head? Do you think he's like, how do we make money now? But if what Rosengart said is true, that he's grifted $3 to $4 million off of this estate, do you think that he invested it well and is just going to live off of that? I don't know. Does it matter? I can't believe I pronounced that sort of the way it sounds like it should sound. Congrats on your newfound YouTube subs. I mean, we've kind of been like this for a while, but cool. Saw you on King Grifter Nick Ricada's channel. That all makes sense. All of you folks were great. Keep up the good work. Thank you. We just make snarky comments about things. I sometimes explain them. And also sometimes make snarky comments. And then nickname everyone. We just rename everyone. Jen M said, question, apologies if you've already covered this. We'll see. Can Britt go after Ingham for malfeasance? I think Rosengart will if he can. We'll see. Jen B sent a coffee tip. Thank you, Athena. Thank you for the super sticker. Nicole said, how long before Britney kicks Jamie Lynn out of the condo? I mean, immediately. Isn't Jamie Lynn kicking back with like, Britney shouldn't be talking about me? Isn't there some kind of whining going on? I feel like I read that, but I don't remember the details. Kristen said, I screamed at work when I saw your tweet. Yay! Thank you for your great coverage throughout. I needed the news while waiting for bar exam results. Oh God, it is November. That's the fucking worst, Kristen. Waiting for bar exam results is legitimate psychological torture. Good luck. Please DM me, tweet at me, Instagram me, something when you get your bar results. We're cheering you along from here. Britney is free. Thank you. Uncle Bubba said, found you through Arcada. You are awesome. Thanks. Amy Yost, new merch idea. I got this with a rose. I mean, he really did. Rosengart came in and was like, we're doing this fall. And did it. It's so nice to see. We love good lawyering. We stand. Reaver said some lawyers don't know what mics are. Remember Corey Agent 47? I don't remember that. But yes, it's true. I mic too often. My earring literally just fell out of my ear. I lost the back on this one. Yes, these need backs because I move my head so much they wiggle their way out of my ears. Matt Bond said, Britt, go on holiday somewhere other than Hawaii. She can go anywhere in the world she wants now, except for the restrictions of the panini. Thick with several C's. Great name. I'm so happy for Britt, but also for you. You've covered a lot of dark shit lately. Facts. And it's been a long time since we've seen you this giddy. I mean, we've covered a lot of the legal news right now is dark. This is an uplifting moment of like, it took too long, but it can happen. JB said, I'm happy that they put the protections in place for her. J and L Spears can never, ever, ever, never, ever get the chance to say, told you so. Agreed. Matt Bond said, Matt sounds like a proud daddy. Rosengart did sound proud and elated. Big said Britney will never need to support the support systems that people held as hostages for years need to integrate back to Britney will need the support systems that people held as hostages for years will need to integrate back. She will definitely need support to integrate back into autonomy and to feel safe. And I think that should be their goal is to make sure Britney feels safe. So let's see. Farm Girl Night Runner said, I hate to be that person, but are there being protections put in place so that her fiance can never put her into a conservatorship himself as her next of kin after they marry? They will set up a prenup however they see fit, but I think it would be very hard to put her in a conservatorship again because A, she knows, B, she would have to get notice, and C, the world is watching. I think there's a lot of conversations. I also think she has Rosengart to look out for her, and I trust his ethics. And that goes to Annalise's super chat. Is Rosengart officially done with Britney? Can he continue being her lawyer? Yes, she can. He can continue being her lawyer as long as she wants. He's been hired by her. She can keep him on retainer forever until he retires if she likes to. Openly avoidant says Amanda Bynes seems to be in a similar situation. I hope she sees justice. I'm not as familiar with Amanda's case, but I will look at it. It's a step towards progress. It is. Celine said, I joined late. I pulled that one up. Rosengart looks like Clark Kent. Yes. Living Sweetly, a fantasy bottle for you. Thank you. And curious for you. And you and a prerogative. You give me more. It's Britney, bitch. And you. Samorts. I probably did that badly. It's a tradition to finish a bottle of champagne. I mean, that's going to be interesting. Brittany, I'm stronger than yesterday from Natasha. Cynthia said, so I started with 2 margaritas at dinner. Do I follow up with whiskey? Yes. Nicole said accounting will likely be a battle. Absolutely. This is far from done. I've got words. Jamie has been completely yeeted. Yes. Why was here anyone else who had been previously dismissed on Court Connect? I've got words. This is a great question because Jamie's motion was the motion on calendar today. So he had the right to be there. So do interested parties. So that is what was going on with it. So yeah, he had the right to be there. It was his motion that did this technically. I bet we'll see press pieces about the fact that James Spears was the one that filed the motion to free Britney. Everyone knows what happened here, but just wait for that. Bridget said, so excited about this. Been a long time coming. Pleased you're enjoying your champagne. Yes. I'll wait till tonight. Be the way. BTW. Be the way. By the way, keep your eye out for a brown box from New Zealand. It's full of chocolate and New Zealand lollies. Thank you. I will. We love international treats in the P.O. box. White Raven said we should all go stream Britney's unreleased bop every day. It's a ballad thanking her fans for standing by her that she recorded in 2008 for Circus. Awesome. Kaylin said, cheers to Emily, mods, and of course the chat. Cheers to the mods. You guys, big cheers to the mods. We're at like 2 hours and 30 minutes, and the mods are like, I thought we did 2-hour streams. Sometimes. Helena said, hi, sending love and support from Japan. I am in school for education, but law school looks tempting. I mean, I might make law look more interesting than it is, but the thing I find fascinating, it just depends on how your brain works, is knowing like what all the words mean, but kind of diving into it and being able to parse it out. So if you are deeply curious, law will be fascinating whether you use it or not. Bent said, BTW, do you think Britney has access to her Insta? I think so. Project Rose and the weird edits are still coming, and I'm so confused. I think so too. I mean, I think that's her. But I also kind of rely on Sam's to kind of verify. So that is it. All right, and we are caught up. I think I need to catch back up. If I missed any, I am so sorry, but I think we've pulled up the rest of them. Newcomer here, also a lawyer. Love your show. Lawyer, your show is great. Reading is very hard after champagne, and love the flow and commentary. You go, girlfriend. Thank you, Athena. Welcome. Pogo on a scooter for the win. Pogo on a scooter is always a win. I've done that in San Diego with my friend Chris Ducker. It's fun. Oh my God, I can't wait to be back. Next year I'm speaking at a conference in London and I cannot wait. I think I might bring all of the family. Maybe we'll vlog, but I cannot wait to be back in London in the winter when it's cool. It's so much fun. I feel it's an important time to remind the chat that a refrigerator is not a moose. Fact is a fact. Cheers to 13 months of being a channel member and Lawnard's cup holder. Cheers. Did you hear the new Duggar material witness, Josh's cellmate and fellow CS offender? I did not. There's probably a motion if there's a jailhouse informant that overheard something when he was booked and arrested. But if that is, I don't doubt that's the case. If there's a motion in court, I will pull it for next week. This week, well, you guys have seen what I'm doing this week. I've streamed so much. What is with parents that steal from their kids? Fuck, I don't know. I can't imagine. It's so fucking dark. Like, it makes me really mad. Just because I know how I feel about my kids and I can't imagine that. So we're at like 3,000 likes. Okay, well, we could probably finish the bottle. Motion for Emily to finish the bottle. I should just put up a poll. Tech, put up a poll if we need to just stream until the bottle's gone. I think that's the poll. Do we stream till the bottle's gone? River said, my mom has dementia and the whole Britney conservatorship has left me twitchy about going down that path with her despite family pressure. River, know that good conservatorships can protect people. People with good intentions, people who want to take care, but you can also look at the route of, and again, talk to an attorney who is well-versed in this area, but would a power of attorney be enough? Would a medical power of attorney be enough? So look at those things too. Conservatorship isn't the only option. So, yep. Wouldn't it be sad if Jamie Spears had to sell his Precious RV? Well, he's going to have to figure it out, isn't he? He's going to have to figure out how to work and be an adult. So, yep. Hopefully my super sticker gets read. Helen, I thought I got to everything. Hold on. We'll try to get it back. I don't know if I can read super stickers. If it's a super chat, I should see it. I will look for it. We're going to take a second. Me looking for it. I'm going to look, though. I'm going to have the mods look. Mods, if you see it, will you let me know? Because I went through everything and I'm not seeing it. And the super stickers are hard to read because most of the time they just have an emoji. But thank you. I appreciate it. I live for the funny law nerd nicknames. Same. Love your law nerd and cursey words. Thank you. I love the law nerds and cursey words too. I do. Mary said, thank you so much for the easy to understand law for us ADHD people who have a hard time doing research. Fair, same, unless I have a wild hair and then I'm like, give the paw nerds treats from my lucky. Is it like, she's so lucky? Is it that kind of lucky? I don't know. I love seeing the law nerds celebrating people with the bar exam. I love it. Congrats on Pat. Wait a second. Is today the Friday before? No. Wait, what day is it? Are bar results out today? I thought bar results were out next week. I need to look at a calendar. I thought in California, bar results are out next week. But Wendy, congrats on passing the bar exam. That made me cry a lot. It's a really big fucking deal. It's hard to do. Yay! I love you, law nerds. Thank you. Let's see. That's just funny right there. Does Jamie have to pay that $46 million bond? It depends what happens next. We're gonna keep watching. It's gonna keep watching. I'm just here. What happened? Oh, it's a lot. If you don't know what you don't know, we're 2 hours and 30 minutes in, but Britney's free. Rosengart gave a press conference. There was a minute order. We're going to cover the other one on social. Like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Emily D. Baker. And I think we're all caught up. Also, I drank a bottle of champagne. Question. Now that we're at 170, are we going to see a new hair color or more of the awesome purple? Congrats on the milestone. I am keeping the purple. I have some... I'm going to sound like a fucking YouTuber. I'm sorry. I have some top secret things. I have some top secret things to film. I have some stuff to film that I can't wait to share with you, but I'm going to keep the hair purple through that. And then Garland and I very much are excited to explore other colors. That will happen. But I've got to keep it purple for a little bit longer. Once we get to 200, I think we said unicorn or oil slick. We determined something else at 200K. So there is new hair incoming soon and it will be great. When her music is streamed, will it go to her estate where she will have access to her money now? Yes. Go stream Britney's music. Wouldn't it be great if her music started charting for her to just be like, I mean, what a great way to show her. Like, we see it. Question, does Dr. B like the new mic? It's still in the box. He was very excited I got him one. Yes, new hair color. You need to try Brad Mondo color. Brad Mondo can color my hair for me. My hair is actually really soft. I love my hairstylist here in Middle Tennessee. He's the greatest. So I adore him. Question, do you see the material witness in the Duggar case is Josh's cellmate? We talked about that. I have not seen that yet, but I'm not surprised they have another witness. Mods, thank you. You guys rock at every show. They do. They absolutely do. And they're like, we're still going. Yes. What did Dr. B say about G's book he brought home? We have not had a chance to talk about it. It's been so busy. So we read it last night. G loved it. But we didn't get to talk about it much. I will ask him though and let you know. So if you don't know, now you know. Kempire posted a video saying New York won't premiere until 2023. I wonder if they're going to cancel Real Housewives of New York. You know, it's just been so long. I worry. Let me go look at the chat. Where's our poll at? Where's our poll at? Should we close the poll? Has it been open long enough? I have no perception of time. Has it been open? Should we close the poll? You guys are like, just finish the bottle. You're good. I am behind on the chat. Will you be covering the Rittenhouse verdict anywhere next week? Yes. Depending on what day. Closing arguments are Monday. I will probably summarize them on Tuesday. I will probably stream with Ricada on Monday. He's been very generous having people on to stream and talk about it. I love watching closing arguments. They're the most interesting part. So, closing arguments Monday. Could the jury come back? They have a lot to go through. So, could the jury come back on Tuesday? Maybe, but not when I stream. So, then I would probably cover it on social and then touch on it on Friday or cover it for a bonus Emily Show episode. But yes, I will be covering it somewhere. That's a very long answer. That's a very long answer for that. So, yes. I really think that like in my gut, I should probably go put it on Twitter to memorialize it. But in my gut, I think that jury's going to hang. That's my gut. After I see closing arguments, maybe I'll change my mind. In my gut right now, that jury will probably hang, and a hung jury is interesting. Don't you want to pop another? No. Fogart, no. I'm old and I don't drink often. Question, what's up with Lynn? I don't know. Makes me angry. Any thoughts on J&J splitting up? I have no idea who J&J are. I'm sorry. Poll complete, 956 votes. Yes, 93% finished the bottle. All right, fine. Drunk Emily is the best Emily. Thanks. We bring her out on occasion. This is the sweetest comment, Ashley. I hope she gets the most restful sleep of her life. I really hope the fact that Britney gets to go to bed tonight going, I'm free, is amazing. I hope she has a rambunctious evening. I feel like that should happen. Every last drop. Okay, look. Okay. Oh, Animal Crossing Lucky. We came back around to it. I love Animal Crossing. All right. Yikes, that sounded loud. Dr. B is going to be like, this was a terrible plan. You have to work tomorrow. I do. I have emails that have been very delayed. Question, what's the worst case scenario for the next court date? That they put it over again. And that's likely. The judge has been putting off this 12th accounting. But if they fight, and that'll be fine. So, text, like, talk about judges. I talked about judicial immunity a little bit. It's very hard to sue them, nigh impossible, when they're acting in the course of their duties. So there's not much you can do to go after the judges. My hubs wants to know why Dr. B isn't helping with the bottle. Hold on, I'll ask him. He's probably watching TV. Dr. Baker also doesn't love champagne. So there's that. And that's probably it. But we're empty here. B. I'm messaging him on the Alexa. Oh, wait, why are you still awake? Why are my kids still awake? Wait, why are you guys still awake? My kids are still awake because my husband fell asleep on the couch. It's Friday. Oh, well. So now my kids are like, hi, Mom, because the Alexa. Oh, okay, Griff, go back to playing. No worries. Okay, it's fine. Okay, I'll be up when I'm done streaming then. Okay, buddy. Bye. Oh, my buddy. Anyway, we that's why we drop it. Didn't Kim K fail the bar twice? She failed the baby bar in California. In California, if you go to a non-accredited law school, you have to take what's called the baby bar, which is an exam after your first year of law school. And if you don't pass it, you can't do your second and third year of law school. And yes, she did not pass it twice, though I will not shade her. I can't imagine taking the baby bar, which I didn't. I mean, I went to an accredited law school. I didn't have to do that, but I can't imagine taking a test like that during COVID without being in school with your kids at home. Like, that would be the worst. So no shade to somebody who's trying, but also I'm going to get to a few more questions. We're just going to chat. So a question, in my opinion, they are scaring the hand out of Rico, considering all the parties. Your thoughts? I am struggling to process that question in its entirety, but could they be looking at a Rico potentially, which is a racketeering case like they brought in the R. Kelly case? Could they do that? Possibly. Would federal prosecutors do that? Yes, they would. Emily, personal opinion. What do you think Lou did with the $600 million from the kids' trust fund Jamie Lynn was placed in charge of allegedly? Hopefully nothing. That trust shouldn't be touched unless something happens to Britney, and hopefully a new person will be the executor of that trust. That is a trust when something happens to Britney for her children. Let us celebrate all the law nerds today. Cheers. I thought we said tattoos at 200K. Yeah, I jumped the gun on the tattoos. These were the ones I was thinking of, the new ones. We could do more. My husband will be thrilled if I'm sleeved. Lucky was born on 320, so Animal Crossing. That is brilliant, and I love it. 6% of y'all accidentally hit no. Oil slick, yes. I also think I committed to streaming in a unicorn onesie at some point. I know that conversation happened on social media, and I was like, did I just agree to streaming in a unicorn onesie? Like with the hood that pulls over with the horn and the whole thing? I did. Yes, you're right. I think Oil Slick was at 200. We're going to have to do that soon. I love it. I'll just make an appointment now. So, thank you for the super sticker. I used to work for Dr. B. He was great. What's up, Susie? He was great, just like yours. Thank you. We love this Dr. B the most. I'm going to get to a few more questions, and then I'm going to. We're almost done. I hope there are no restaurants in the estate mucking up the 12th and 13th accounting. After all, I walked into a dad joke in a super chat and I fucking live. I hope there are no restaurants in the estate to muck up the 12th and 13th accounting. After all, there is no accounting for taste. Yeah, no, it's the media matters. But yes, I live. Question, what advice would you give someone applying to law school? Also love the stream so much. What advice would I give someone applying to law school? Don't spend all of the money. Don't spend all of the money. Don't spend all of the money. Go to a law school you can afford. It's much more important than going to a law school that ranks well. Don't be hard on yourself. Know that you can use law for a lot of things. Try to parse the facts from the fuckery. It's okay to use Legally Blonde as inspiration. You don't have to change who you are to be a law student. Elle Woods didn't. We shouldn't. I did. And I don't like that I did. I wouldn't do that now. Question, Emily, do you feel that the judge in the Rittenhouse case asking the prosecutor to explain the face he was making? How do you feel? I felt vindicated. Truth comes out. I felt vindicated because I've had a judge yell at me because of my face. I also think that the prosecutors and the judge have been at odds this case because the prosecutors have been acting really douchey. I think the judge has been very fair and very patient. So what the judge said was, what did I say to make you make that face? And I think that that's a fair question. He didn't try to sanction him over his face. I've also gotten yelled at for my face. So I get it. I get it. Question, what about the slapdown at the Rittenhouse trial today? I did not keep up with today. I was streaming literally, well, not everywhere. I was streaming on 2 other channels and here. So I didn't see what happened. There were some things that went down in the jury instructions that I want to go back and look at because some of them didn't seem, some of them seemed tenuous to me, but I don't know what happened with the judge and the attorneys. Question: if the jury hangs, can they get a new judge? No, normally the case does not get reassigned. I actually like the judge a lot in the Rittenhouse case. My ex is a Ricada fanboy, and every time Emily goes on there, I feel cheated on all over again. Oh, Michelle, I would never want you to feel that way. I am sorry. I will make DM me. I'll curse your ex the next time I go on Ricada. Be like, hey, Michelle's ex, fuck you. No, it is a there are times for sure when streaming with a group of lawyers, hearing the different opinions feels like having coworkers again, and that's a nice thing. Especially when we're chatting about what we're seeing happen in court. So, I'm sad you got here so late too, Ferret Tails. Johnson and Johnson is splitting into 2 companies. That's wild. Question: what is a hung jury? Blanca, that is a great question. I am assuming facts, not an evidence, when I say hung jury. In the States, in criminal cases, the jury has to agree unanimously on their result. So all 12 of them have to agree about everything, which can be hard to do. So if one person's like, no, fuck y'all, I'm not doing that, they hang. They don't come to a verdict, and the case can be retried. The double jeopardy rules don't apply because the jury didn't come to a conclusion. So you can retry cases if they hang, if the jury can't come to a unanimous verdict. So that can happen. But if the jury hangs on everything and comes back on like one lesser included crime, then you can't. No, you can retry the cases that they hang to. Me about to say something not accurate because of alcohol. You just don't retry the one thing that they came to a verdict on. So that's what a hung jury is. They can retry it. They cannot retry it. The judge can dismiss it. So that, hopefully that made sense. Free Britney calls for a rare appearance of drunk Emily. Yes. Girl, remember to hydrate. Oh, yes. Britney having a private bedroom is the best. Can you imagine having your bedroom monitored? No, it's horrifying. Can you imagine having your father like bugging your bedroom and monitoring all your text messages when you're an adult? I can't. Question: have you watched Do You Like Legal Eagle? He's so cute. I've met Legal Eagle. We don't always agree on the law. And the only thing I don't like about Legal Eagle, well, the thing I don't like about Legal Eagle, I don't like the lawyer books in the background. Lawyer books annoy me. They feel like an ambulance chasing commercial from the 80s, like, hey, hire us. But he has very well produced and put together content. And even when we don't agree on the law, I think there's a lot of room for content that just explains. Not everybody wants to hang out with us for 3 hours. So I get it. But Captain We the Barmy, I shared the pictures of me and Legal Eagle at Vid Summit in some form of our members stuff. I just don't remember where. What are the grounds for a judge being unbenched? A judge being removed from the bench would take quite a lot. If they murdered someone, they'd get removed from the bench. So substantial crimes would do it. Retirement would do it. But generally, the reason judges are no longer judges is because they lose their elections. Depending on the jurisdiction that they're in, judges have to run for re-election. They're not always appointed for life, and they can lose. So people can run against them. So if there's a judge that people are targeting, they can run against them, and that happens. Tomorrow is Saturday. Work can wait. I often work Saturdays. Eat some pizza. I can't. I'm allergic to tomatoes. We will eat something. Dr. B needs to come bring you another. I guarantee you Dr. B is asleep on a couch. Let's see. Pear champagne with candy corn. I still have some in the cabinet. That could happen. Dr. B I think is asleep. Emily, after this, is going to go take a bath and be like, I still have some bath bombs from Lush. That's exactly what we're going to do. Emily's definitely tipsy. Tipsy's an understatement. Emily might be Emily's ready for bed is the truth. My cat came up and started snuggling when she heard Emily say my name. Well, River's cat, be nice. Question, do you play Stardew Valley? No. It's like Animal Crossing, but you can build better friendships with your neighbors. Ooh, Bethany, that's fascinating. I will take a look. I love it. Oh my God, Mom found out we are awake. Yes, that's what just happened. I was looking for Dr. B and I found out. Freedom on a Friday night. It's the best. I wonder if that's why they did this on a Friday. Emily opened another bottle. Not happening. I don't have another bottle that's cold. Are you still going to cover the Depp Heard case? There are so many legal documents in the Depp Heard case, but yes, it's still, I have them all. It's just been a matter of time and it hasn't been as urgent as some of the other stuff we're covering. I'm struggling to. Do I sound like a lawyer when I'm drunk? Yes. What if all the money is gone? That statement applies to so many of the cases we're covering right now. If all the money is gone in the Britney case with regard to her dad, that's why he has a bond. So that is why. I'm going to do the last few super chats. Mods, don't worry. We're on like 7th wrap up. Don't worry. Do you think Brie will use her therapy with music? I think Britney will absolutely make more music. I hope she does. Jose, sweep the floor. Not today says so. That's how that works. Question. You keep saying media matters. Do you mean Dad Spears' rehabilitation publicity tour? So Robbie, the reason I say media matters is because that is the title that they are billed under, and that's the title they've been given in the motions. So when Rosengart threw shade at the 12th accounting, he called out the media matters. But yes, it is a rehabilitation tour. It has nothing to do with the conservatorship, in my opinion. So why should Britney pay for it? Question, do you think it was fair that the people who died couldn't be called victims? Tiffany H. asked. Tiffany, this is a hard question regarding the Rittenhouse case because I'm of two minds on it. I understand the judge's ruling because it is a self-defense case and calling the deceased victims could presuppose in the jury's mind that a crime has occurred. I, as a former prosecutor, say, look, if you've been shot, you are a victim of a shooting. It can be a justifiable homicide, meaning self-defense applied. So it's a justifiable homicide. It can be a justifiable homicide and you still be a victim because still a victim. But I understand the judge saying victim in a lot of jurors' minds means that there's been a crime. And that is why they found it to be prejudicial. So I get it. I don't like it. I think it's really easy to say, even though these are victims of a shooting, even though these are decedents, this may be a justifiable homicide. I think it's both ways, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. You don't have to change who you are to be a law student. Yes, the law needs diverse individuals with diverse backgrounds, diverse viewpoints, because law should be collaborative. And if you all try to conform to the way it is now, then we don't have a diversity in viewpoints and things don't improve. So that is what it is. I'm going to answer like 2 more questions. Question, what's next for the TriStar subpoenas and objections? The court might rule on them. DM do a reel on a unicorn onesie. Enjoy. Thank you, Boxy. I will tomorrow. Because I'm probably going to turn off my phone and go. Did you hear the complaint of the defense attorney in the Ahmaud Arbery case? I did not. I have not been following it closely. My attention can only go so many ways. I have seen that Nick the lawyer, or Nick the lawyer. Don't tell Nate or Nick. Nick the lawyer's been covering it. I don't know if Natalie Lawyer Chick is covering it, but I will go look. But I did not. It has been a lot. Pam Marshall said, I've been told by multiple people that I need to go to law school. That is a decision for you to make. Don't let people be like, oh, you like to argue, go to law school. No, the lawyer arguing is a whole different thing. I'm considering it, but it's a scary thought. Pam, you can do anything. Law is really following your gut, being curious, and not being afraid to research and like dig through everything. If you want to do that, it's worth taking a look at. It's not scary. You can find a law school that works for you. And I encourage you to do that. So you've got this. Question: how do you feel helping everyone this hunting season to avoid getting to sleep from getting a deer? What? I don't have any feelings. I have no idea what that means. But I tried. Go to Chris Melcher's video to see what happened. Explosions, hellfire, verbal spanking. Okay. Question: what if a lot of the money is gone? In the Spears case, bond. BJ just said she would be over the moon to collab. I know. I want to collab with BJ. I just need to reach out. I'm ADHD and I'm shit at planning things, but we will plan it and it will happen. How much money can Britney recoup? It depends on how much has been spent. But I will absolutely bring BJ on. I would love to chat with her. I think she's smart and funny and adorable. What I love about the Ricada streams is that all the lawyers together feels like an episode of The Paper Chase. It does, and we don't all agree, and that makes it fun. Often I feel like I'm the one that doesn't agree, and everybody's like, yeah, and I'm like, wait a second. How am I the odd one out here? You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Question: are you wearing blue light filtering glasses, or why do they have a tint? They are not blue light filtering. They are Irlen lenses, IRLEN. They help with both my ADHD, 3 things, not both, all ADHD, dyslexia, and headaches. I have a new pair coming I'm very excited about, but you get tested for the color lenses. They're fantastic. Irlen.com is in my description. I love it. When you are not neurotypical, you have to find ways to cope. These lenses help me and my entire family. My husband and I are both Irlen. Both of my kids were colored lenses. My youngest has very blue lenses. And people are like, you're wearing blue lenses. I'm like, Bono wore orange lenses. It's fine. But yeah, mine are a gray blue tint, and it helps the words from splitting when I read, which is something I struggled with my dyslexia. The words like moved apart. However, I've drank enough that the words are moving apart anyway. Thank you. Drunk Emily Younger wasn't adorable. Drunk Emily Younger was mean sometimes. Drunk Emily now is like, oh my God, this is great. I need a snack and a nap and a bath. Emily, if Britney was to log into your live chat right now, what advice would you give her? Live your life, boo. Keep Rosengart. He's a good one. He's a good lawyer. And make sure all your wow, that was hard to say. Make sure all your intellectual property gets transferred back into your name. Emily, I feel bad for both your bladder and your liver. Take care. I have taken lots of glutathione this evening, and I will probably take a little charcoal. And yeah, I'm definitely going to have to pee. Question: should Kyle have objected to a lesser included crime? So for those of you that aren't following, this is a lot to explain, and I don't think I can do it well now. In crimes, that sounds very broad. In crimes, there are lesser included crimes. They're like the baby crimes inside. It's like you've got like this crime, like, I don't know, intentional first degree murder. But then you've got some other recklessness and negligence and other types of homicides down below. So you can have lesser included crimes. Do I think they should have argued? Yes. Some of them you have to get. So some of them are just a given, and you're going to have the lessers if the prosecutor asks for them. I have not watched everything that went down today. So yeah, I didn't watch everything that went down today. Some of them you have to argue against. Here, I'm going to get to this one next. Some of them you have to argue against. Here's the thing with lesser included. Look, it's empty. Just lawyerling while drunk. With lesser included, it gives the jury a way out. I worry that the prosecution is just trying to convict Kyle of anything. But sometimes lesser includeds are appropriate and need to be given based on the evidence that's come out. And that can happen. Sometimes as a DA, I would give lesser includeds or ask for them. Sometimes as a DA, I wouldn't. I'd be like, the jury needs to decide it's either this or it's nothing. And I thought that that was the most fair. I didn't use lessers a ton, but we'll see. Do you think Britney knew her bedroom was bugged? I don't know. That's pretty dark. I don't know if she would have but they suspected something was going on with her conversations because there's that email that we saw discussed from Sam Ingham. So I'm assuming if Sam Ingham knew, Britney knew, but that's an assumption that I'm making. Question: how much is Drunk Emily going to remember of this tomorrow? I'm definitely not that intoxicated, and I tend not to forget generally. I like Emily on Nick's channel, but I don't read the chat. Same. Question: how many times can they retry if it's a hung jury each time? As many as they like. Eventually a judge will get annoyed. The most I've done a case is 3 times, but it depends on what the split is, and it depends on if you would present different evidence. So there's no limit. Question: when a jury comes to a verdict in a civil case on the compensatory damages but hangs on the punitive damages, can the punitive be retried? Bonnie, I haven't thought that through. I don't know. And it depends on I would imagine it depends on the jurisdiction. Yeah, I would imagine it depends on the jurisdiction. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Dad listening in on my husband and I. Yikes. Right. Yikes. I don't want people listening in at all. Reen, do you get along with Crime Talk? I have no idea who Crime Talk is. Sorry. I'll go look. I haven't listened to the Britney case much, but what is about the bugged bedroom? There was a whistleblower. It seemed that her dad had listening devices in her bedroom. So that was that. Y'all keep asking questions. The mods are like, it's been 3 hours. Yes. I've been listening this whole evening and popped the champagne along with you. Cheers. Cheers. Brittany and I share the same middle name and birthday. Amanda Jane. Get it. I'm so happy for her freedom. Thank you for your coverage. I'm so happy too. I'm so happy too. I'm so happy too. Family first. I was at my kid's fun run this morning, Dawn. So I get it. Question: what would happen if the judge was bribed? It'd be really fucking bad. Wow, is Emily behind on the comments? Accurate. Always. 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 I hope Britt makes millions and flips her family the bird while doing it. I hope so too. Wow, it's been 2 hours. Holy shit. If I'm an hour behind in comments, I apologize to all of you. I hope Brittany writes a book. Same, but I feel like she'll write an album first. I answered that, thankfully. I'm so far behind. Okay, we're just gonna jump to the bottom and answer 2 more. If you were Britney, would you proceed with getting your dad sued? I don't know everything she's been through, and I don't know what she wants to do next, but she has a $60 million estate. I think I'd give it a year and see what I could find. Because why not? She was angry on June 23rd when she said, well, thank you, Beaver. Turd. When she said they should all be in jail, she was fucking pissed. And I think that fucking pissed will carry her for a little bit. Okay, y'all, we have to say goodbye. You have over 4,000 in the chat. Being behind is not a bad thing. I try to get to stuff the best. Y'all, we have to say goodbye. Parting is such sweet sorrow. I appreciate you. I really do just want to take a bath and go to bed. It's been an emotional day. It's been a very busy week. There is a new episode of The Emily Show coming out next week. I will be streaming on Tuesday and Friday. If shit pops off, we might stream more. It is the season of giving from YouTube. Look. Ad revenues go up in November and December. So when everybody's like, oh my God, it's Vlogmas. No, 'tis the season of ad revenue. So we will be around for sure. I saw a comment that I wanted to answer and I lost it. To whoever I wanted to answer, I'm sorry in advance. I saw it. Oh, it was this one. I'm an ENFJ. I'm an ENFJ and I'm an Enneagram 1. I will tell you all my other personalities, but I don't my other personality types, but I don't know them. I'm also a Taurus, if that helps. Great stream, Emily. ADB. I love it. Can't wait to hear what Britney has to say. I can't either. I want to hear Britney say all the things. I want her to speak her truth. I want her to make a documentary. I want her to make babies and make money and make whatever she wants to make. Albums. I'm here for all of it. She gets to choose how to live her life, whether it's messy, whether it's private, whether it's out loud. I just hope that the paparazzi leaves her be and she is just allowed to live. That is what I think we all want for her, that she feels safe, she feels supported, and she gets to just be her. And I think that's what we all have. I think that's what we all hope. Oh, Jennifer K, the very rare INFJ. Cheers. Huge thank you to the mods. Mods are like, we do in 3 hours now? No, not normally. Just tonight. It was a celebration night. Cheers. Cheers, Law Nerds. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a Law Nerd. Freed Britney. It fucking happened. I'm in shock and I am thrilled. And I can't wait to follow up on what the fuck's going to happen with the money, because we're not done covering this case because money. We're following the money over here. You all have a great weekend. I will see you soon. Peace. Connect with me everywhere. I'm at the Emily D. Baker. If you guys want to join the text, just text Emily.com. If you want to join the channel, lawnerdsunite.com. Happy to have you. Support what we do here on the YouTube.